Hello everybody, we're back. It's Monday Live. It's alphaclash, Clashgrounds set to big release day. It's an exciting time for all of us, hopefully all of you. And we hope you're doing well. It's December. We're moving into the holiday seasons, the Christmas season, etc. And it seems like it happens faster every year.
It does not feel like the holidays. This past weekend I went to the Realm Rumble in Columbus, Ohio. It's a big, mostly fab, but there was alphaclash and sorcery going on.
They're rumbling, everybody rumbling. Can you pause for just a second? I just want to make sure for all of our friends in the audience, we have made some adjustments to the audio levels and the audio EQs, courtesy of an absolute angel out there who I've been secretly DMing on our Discord channel and gave me some advice. And so we've set things up that direction. And so if things sound very strange, very weird, please do let us know. Levels are off, volume's wrong, etc., because I would like to know that we're at least sounding as good or better rather than, you guys sound weird, worse, etc.
I just want to say, in case you're otherwise unaware, Ben Puffer is in the chat.
Why? Who's that?
I have no idea. I just wanted to announce it.
What's up, Ben?
I don't know that I've seen Ben's name.
I haven't seen Ben in ever.
I don't know that I've ever seen
Ben, are you new to the stream?
Yeah, how'd you get here?
New to the
Why
show?
are you here?
What's up? Obsidian good. I'm glad it sounds good. Thank you, Van. Sup, fellas? Stream can start, etc. Sounds good to Alex Becker, who I watched play on stream at that Realm Rumble, by the way.
What was he on?
Bolton. He was playing Bolton. No lie.
Did you see Bolton made top 8?
Yes.
At the 20K?
Was that Yuki playing Bolton?
Yeah. Here's and I was talking to Alex this weekend actually about this, but it's actually a miracle. Bolton, Levia, and Azalea are 3 of the best decks in the game right now.
Well, man, as you keep losing heroes, inevitably some of them are going to come up.
You were on it. You were just about 2.5 years early.
Well, let's talk about that then. Prize pools. This is our topic. We're starting to kind of open with the topic. These streams, we feel like that's maybe a better invitation to what we're kind of about, and more interesting to folks out there who may not have Clashgrounds interest or alphaclash interest. We'd like to give you something interesting at the top of the hour here. So we're doing that now, and we're constantly exploring the format. Jonathan's doing a great job back here in production and ideation and conceptualizing these things. So prize pools is the name of the game today, and we came at this conclusion because, as you said, you just got back from Realm. Mm-hmm. We also got an organized play announcement from alphaclash, $200,000 circuit being introduced to the States. It's the States, right? Worldwide? States?
It's worldwide.
Worldwide.
They're I was going to say big in Japan, which is true, I think. But
it's the Philippines.
In the APAC.
In the Philippines?
Pacific.
Didn't they get blow up crazy in the Philippines?
I think there's a couple regions over there. I don't know what countries and stuff happening. But so last week we talked about sorcery's approach versus fab. Yeah. And inherently, organized play comes up because fab had recently announced they went from in 2023 they had $1 million pro tournament circuit. 2024 they're in 1.5 million. Right. Meanwhile, sorcery is not really caring about tournaments that much, and it's easy to talk about those because they're so extremely different. But then alphaclash comes along, and it's a collectible competitive game that previously they didn't have any major organized play out. Right. They had ideas. They had that intention. Yeah, but they announced there's $200,000 in the next. It's not even a year. It's like a season. It goes through February or something in February 2025. There's a Pro Tour is involved. I saw the name, the word Pro Tour, which means something different to me now than it ever did in my life. Yeah. And it's a third approach to this whole equation.
Now, tell me this. Before we go there, I really would like to run this quick math. Okay? So...
you mean to get my notepad out?
Give me, Zach, your best thinking about what percentage of the MSRP of a sorcery box sorcery makes, standard distribution, 3-tier, etc. What do you usually get? 30 to 40% for a publisher?
Let's say 40%. Okay. So MSRP now, on set 2 it went up, right? It was $89.99 for a box. Yeah. So 40% of that.
I'm thinking just sorcery. That's easy because that's an even number. What I'm looking to do here, so sorcery makes, let's say, about $60 a box on 3-tier.
Before cost. That's gross.
Yeah. Okay. So we got to set, how much do you think?
I need a whiteboard. We're in business school.
Well, I'm just thinking, how much do you have to, you got 1.5 million not being invested in organized play, right? Okay. So how many more boxes of Flesh and Blood need to sell to make up the 1.5 million invested?
Well, the box prices are different though, right?
I know, it's going to be impossible. It's very difficult.
Yeah, but let's just say, let's do easy math. let's say $100 MSRP product.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the publisher gets 40.
Okay.
Let's say the publisher cost, design, development, art, marketing, whole bit, is, let's call it 40. Let's say half of their cut.
Okay.
So
but of course that doesn't work because the more you sell, the more.
Well, yeah, but if you sell a lot more, you don't have to pay for art extra times, right?
Yeah.
The more you print, the cheaper the price gets. So there's a lot of economy there. But let's just say on a fundamental level, publisher gets $40 from a box, $20 is the cost.
Okay.
They have $20 to play with.
Got it.
So really,
okay, so
$20 per box, $20 per unit is what you're now dabbling with. So
5 million.
Should be 75.
Let's just divide that by 20. Yeah, so 75,000. So in your little scenario, $100 booster box product, you would have to sell an additional 75,000 booster boxes across the span of that 1.5 million circuit to make that a worthy investment in profitability. Now, you might have a brand or something you're actually just wanting to contribute to the space, which I think James brings with Flesh and Blood is like, I just want people to play this competitively, even if it's not the most profitable decision to make.
That's why they're there. But also,
that's worth noting.
Of course, if the organized play, because again, what is the point of a tournament circuit?
Yeah.
And it's like incentivizing people to get together and play the game. Of course, if you're incentivized to get together and play the game, surely you're having fun. So you're going to stay engaged with the game. You also are, in some way, going to acquire product, right? Yeah. And then the other soft benefit of organized play is just the promotional bits. So even you have a world championship streamed, it's like there's a lot of people that will never go to Worlds, but there are a lot of people that will experience it vicariously, want to spectate it, want to watch it, will play at their kitchen table or the local game store, but never make it. So
so this is the point of prize pools.
Yeah, but like we said, there's economies of scale. So the difference between printing, as an example, 5,000 booster boxes versus 20,000. It's like, well, 5,000, 20,000 have the exact same amount of art. You have to work with a manufacturer about the same amount in terms of employee time and doing a lot, getting print files ready and stuff. The cost per unit goes down because the manufacturer is like, well, if you're going to let us just set up and do 20,000 in a row, we'll give you a discount.
And we've all probably experienced this. You order like postcards, you order business cards or something. You see those volume discounts scale up as you go along.
Yeah, I feel like anyone that was an adult in the 90s and 2000s ordered business cards from like a Got Print or like one of those. Anyways, but yeah, there's a scale to it. Order custom T-shirts, etc. So presumably, if your baseline at minimum print run number, let's say manufacturer won't print it unless you print 3,000, is cost $20 a box. I would assume if you're printing 20,000 boxes, you're probably down to $10 a box. What is there fireworks?
No idea. Yeah, that's new to me.
Where is that coming from?
I don't know.
Well, you know what? Let's just celebrate everyone being here and being alive.
You really don't know.
Did you guys see this fireworks?
Fireworks in the background of this thing? What are the inputs that could possibly be doing that?
Well, the crazy thing is, it's like it looked like it was keyed to the table.
It did. It was amazing. It was like behind us.
There's no
Are we
reason
getting
why
hacked?
any of that should be happening.
Is this about the holiday sale? Is this about Ben Puffer's birthday?
It's Ben Puffer's birthday?
Happy birthday, Ben.
John, you should have been like, oh, that was my birthday to Ben Puffer.
Now,
celebration.
Can you describe the level of unsettling that ultimately is, though?
I'm quite uncomfortable.
Are you messing with me right now?
No, I also sometimes there's a ghostly hand that shows up.
Mark saying, do the thumbs up. Did you do a thumbs up in chat? Is this a YouTube thing?
No, but it couldn't key us out and just show it in the background.
It could, though. YouTube, man.
But how's it? No, but how's it feed back in? There's no way.
Is this a YouTube thing?
Oh, maybe it's an Apple thing.
Do 2 thumbs up. Someone said.
Detect motion signals. Wait, how does this?
Oh.
But how does it?
Oh, we did just upgrade.
Look.
There. Ah.
Oh my goodness.
Is that OBS?
No. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
So we upgraded to a new operating system, and now Apple has full control, and they're just throwing stuff up on our screen.
Full control of OBS?
No, the video input signal. So it thinks we're on like a video conference, and then we want fireworks to explode behind us. And it comes up.
I'm doing it all day.
This is
man, dude, can you imagine if we're in the middle of a game and something goes really poorly for you and good for me, and then I just turn and go?
Now hold on just a second.
It's killer. What is happening? Chaos.
Can we hijack that and just start making things happen according to our own moves?
Yes.
Dude, this is powerful.
I'll look up what
if I do this?
So wait a minute. But you think we can really tap into that and like hack it where we can make things appear on the screen based on our movements?
I mean, there is definitely
possible.
Yes.
So there's this.
They're following YouTube's lead on that.
My thing is like, why is it 2 thumbs up?
What if you dab?
How does it?
Dab doesn't do anything?
A dab will do it. A dab will do it. Man,
Absolute
what a
chaos.
surprise. Sometimes you just need...
Here we go. Here we go. See?
Why would Apple do this just randomly? Do they not know that we use these machines?
Zach, can you give me one of those little ray parts? Oh,
Nothing.
That's supposed to work.
Okay. Thumbs up.
Maybe they need to see it, Is it one of these?
Fireworks is 2 thumbs up. That's the only one that's working. Laser is supposed to be 2 rock-on symbols? No? I think we just enabled fireworks. Confetti is supposed to be 2 peace symbols. Are we mirrored? Is it trying to...
I don't know,
It
man.
loves the fireworks. Most of those fireworks.
Dude, yeah, Van's saying you'll have to do one when you get a dunk on each other kind of thing.
That's so weird.
Just like a little... It's coming across.
Pause for a moment to activate the effect. Keep it away from your face and pause for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, it's because I did the thumbs over here.
Maybe. This has got to be one of the more fun things.
I can't believe this happened.
How do they not know that I'm... How do they... Well,
Can you give me a thumbs down there, Zach?
I think it's got to be 2.
You want to give me a thumbs down over there?
This is a terrible heart that I'm making.
Let's do a thumbs
Oh,
down.
you got the... Oh! I hit it!
Oh, look at that!
Oh, look, I got a bubble!
This is exactly what Steve Jobs wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I'm sure. Okay, so
prize pools.
point of it is, now back on topic.
Back on topic. I'll give you fireworks if you make a good point.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Wait, can we do a co-fireworks? Give me a thumbs up. 1. Come on.
No, that's just a normal. They just give
Interesting.
you. And maybe it's because I'm. Anyway.
All that to say, publishers, beyond just selling more product, are incentivized to have higher volumes because of the economies of scale.
Right.
Also, notably, may or may not make a difference, but publishers typically in these arrangements, as an example, when Fab was going crazy back in 2021 with Monarch, publishers make the same amount of money no matter what's going on past them, usually. So the $500 Monarch boxes, because there wasn't enough supply, or people thought there wasn't enough supply, so people were doing their thing, and retailers were hoarding and selling online, they still make $40 a box.
Right.
Whereas retail store, they got 100 boxes and selling them each for $500. Might be making $45 or $450 per box on the same transaction. So, but they're incentivized to generate more products because they do have economy of scale. So they make the same amount, but their cost goes down the more that they sell. So,
but doing a price circuit with organized play is essentially just a marketing expense where you believe that investing X hundreds of thousands of dollars into these circuits is going to yield, and it's beyond that. It's not just giving away, you're giving away $200,000, but you're paying somebody to organize it. You're working with the venues to schedule and actually book those venues and reserve space.
They announced a big event in April at a giant comic convention.
So with that in mind, you have to say, okay, if let's say I'm alphaclash, I have 200 grand to spend.
Yep.
Let's say I have 250 grand to spend. Where do I want to put $250,000 to make this game, to sell more of this game, to get more audience, get more awareness? The bet here is that 250 grand is best spent on an organized play system over the course of about a year, where players get active monetary rewards for being good at the game. So then compared to Fab is the extreme version of that, and then Sorcery is the so far investing almost none.
It's untenable. It's accidentally fireworks.
Investing almost none in that
It's
process.
like Sorcery is the opposite approach.
I turned off your reactions.
Okay, great.
I don't know. That's kind of cool.
All right, I turned it back on.
Okay, so all that to say,
Watch your thumbs.
why is it that publishers think this is the best?
This is chaos.
Are you doing that one, Jonathan? That was you? Jonathan can trigger them as well.
Oh.
That's exactly what we want. Can you do non-motion, but you can trigger them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. No, they have to be on.
Okay. Reasonable.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this is something we will be exploring.
Yeah.
I assure you.
You've
There's
not
the
heard.
ring.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
This is kind of an interesting thing that they did. Anyway, $250,000.
Second Cycle says it made his day, just so you're aware. So, yeah, good.
I'm sure it's very
Sorry.
entertaining.
$200,000.
$250,000 invested. Is that the right place to put $250,000 and why?
So another piece of this, beyond even just the nuts and bolts of does it sell the product, is does this create routine engagement with your game?
Mm-hmm.
Which
It
is
sells product long term.
in the long term. It's like as an example for Fab, the vast majority of my physical games that are getting played are at these tournaments, or preparing for these tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is you're like upping engagement generally, and then engagement comes with conversations in Discord and text messages and asking your friends to come over on the weekend to play, or scheduling up the local weekly league night or whatever it is. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult to pinpoint or to draw out. It's not like a science test where you didn't have this and then you did, and now we could just measure the differences.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say whether or not it's worth it.
Well, let me pitch this question to chat. Let me pitch it to all of you out there. How many of you require an event of some kind to be getting ready for, to be looking forward to engage with a game? So, for instance, if that doesn't happen, let's say you buy some sorcery boxes and there's no organized play circuit in it. That's a bad example because sorcery is kind of a different vibe. But let's say you buy alphaclash boxes. You're on set 1. You bought into set 2. If there's no organized play announcement, if there's no event to look forward to, if there's no circuit, do you eventually drop interest in the game? So do you need that to get together and play? Is that an inspiring thing to do?
Which while they're putting answers through, an observation that I just got to have, which I was at this Realm event in Columbus.
Okay.
And first off, I just want to say, Realm Games put on a banger of an event.
All right.
It's like an independent. It was not part of the pro Fab circuit.
Totally independent.
They're doing their own thing. Columbus Convention Center. It was awesome. Great time. Great vibes. Tons of people there. But at that event, I've been, for the past 2.5 years, traveling all over the world to play Fab in this exact scenario that we're talking about. I probably had, this is the first time this has happened, I probably had 30 people, 20 to 30 people, that range. Like, it was enough that we're definitely high double digits, past 10, 20, 30 people come up to me during this weekend because they know we've streamed alphaclash. We have a subscription for alphaclash. I played alphaclash. And we're now asking me questions about alphaclash. Now, this is a little bit of a unique scenario because I'm at a 2 weeks after Worlds competitive Fab event with a bunch of competitive Fab players that are so
in the tank.
Not so a pleasant word that I would describe it as, and I jokingly call myself this, but like are so degenerately competitive that they're showing up the week after Thanksgiving, 2 weeks after Worlds, because they just haven't had enough, right? So this is a room, and we were talking last week about a lot of people have assumptions on, I think, what that room would feel like. This weekend, there's 30, 40, 50 grand online total. Super chill. Everyone's really cool. It's not as sweaty as I think you might think it could be. But still, that's who's in this room at this event, plus a bunch of Ohio locals, which is who's there. But it was notable to me, and it's a very select audience, but how many people were now starting to ask, because you said if you had set 1 and 2, but then this doesn't happen, do you stop playing? I think there's probably a lot of people on the other side of that equation, which is I look at a game and there's not that. It's not even registering as a valid choice of hobby for me.
Yeah. What percentage of people who could play a game like alphaclash fall in that category in your mind?
Percentage is tough because percentage of what?
Of players who, if made aware of alphaclash through some means, a YouTube video, Google ad, etc., would not pick it up without that organized play element. What percentage is that?
Well,
we can't possibly know. I'm just kind of curious where you are on this.
I think...
Curious to you, chat, what percentage of people wouldn't engage with that organized play would be a great question.
I think 99% of people who consider themselves like competitive tournament players,
right, like
won't touch it. Like as a good example of this is, to me, one of the greatest card games of all time is Ashes. And it's a non-collectible card game that isn't even really largely at retail. They don't have an organized play circuit. I know a ton of people that from a gameplay standpoint that might be they don't even know it, but that might be their favorite game ever if they would just play it. But it doesn't have any of that stuff. So I would say 99% of those players aren't even going to give it a glance. And I do think there are a lot of people in that category. My belief, and I could be wrong, and sorcery is kind of making me feel like I'm right, is that there's significantly more people who aren't in that category, who are into these kind of games. It's just that this is the thing that gets talked about all the time.
You think it's 60-40? Well, it's also
I think it's 80-20.
80% like the
that's just like classic statistical math. Like I think 20% of people are either truly competitive people or think they're competitive people, and they are the audience that appeals to.
And you know, the curious thing to me is like where these lines cross, because you've got also this element of an organized play circuit entails stability for a game. Investment back in the community by the publisher is seen as a positive sign that if I'm going to do something for the next decade, let's say, this is a decent opportunity that has come across. So there's a stability to it, whether or not you ever engage in those kinds of things. If you see that there's a $200,000 circuit, you might say like, oh, well, this is a happening game. They've got enough financial support to do something like this. They're probably going to keep printing for the next X years. So it's not just going to be a buy in and then get the rug pulled kind of immediately. Because we're buying in these games because we like the evolution of them over time. And if that evolution is cut short, unbeknownst to you, you feel like, oh, I made a mistake. I bought in and they stopped.
Vlad,
that's the game's dying, if you will.
What's the question more broadly? Like, do you need...
Basically, like who out there needs that kind of more structured, organized play circuit to engage with a game?
Because Vlad's saying is a different line, but saying a game needs to have at least a year of success before I consider buying in.
That's awesome.
So I think there are a lot of people who, and it's because specifically we're talking about expandable games. Like if it's a board game, you buy it. It is what it is. You can play it when you want to play it. But part of the value that is unique to expandable games is the fact that it's going to keep evolving, and I'm going to have a bevy of opponents to play with who can bring unique things to the table.
Right.
And so, we've seen games all the time that go on past their in-print life cycle. But I think there's a lot of people that have been burned. It's like they buy into a game and then it goes away. And
I know a few. Yeah.
But
I know two on this very stream.
I've done that dance a lot. But I've, at a certain point, I accepted it. It's like most games that aren't the big three last 2 to 6 years, and then enjoy it while it's here, and then it is what it is. But I will say we've also seen an attempt to use organized play and money as a marketing signal to say you should be confident, you should buy in, we've got these plans, and then it just completely collapsed. And that goes all the way back to the very beginning of Covenant. The first game that we ever actually sold was singles for the Spoils TCG, $1 million pro circuit. About halfway in, it's like I was owed, I don't know, $500. And they were sending checks every week. And then it was like, hey, it's been 3 weeks. Hey, it's been 4 weeks. Hey, it's been 5 weeks. Then the forum discussion started being like, are they having issues?
We ain't getting paid, are we?
And then like 8 weeks in, it's like, hey, we're not getting paid. This is over. Same thing happened with Warhammer Champions. Not same exact, but similar, which is they announced this big organized play thing. And then the first event, it was like a 10K, had like 18 people at it. And then it was suddenly like all the rest of the 10Ks got changed to not cash.
Right.
And then within 3 months, like you never hear from the company again.
Right.
Like
Because you can't give 18 people $10,000. It's obviously not working well enough.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, let's check in with chat here. Frank saying I'm 99% kitchen table. I went to 2 organized events this year, one of which was Fuse Fest, which was our essentially kind of casual Solforge Fusion event. And I also wonder how much the need to just have somewhere where you can gather and play, regardless of cash being on the line or prize money being on the line, gets the other, let's say, 10 to 15% there. That would be basically in the I need a cash tournament group, but they don't actually need a cash tournament. They just need an organized place to play at least once or twice a year to make it work, like a Gen Con tournament or something like that.
And I either that or like I think if there was a local group of people that you played with, whether it's at a local store or at a pub or at a house, I think you're now talking more about like 90% of people. That's like the minimum. You don't need a Pro Tour France for most. I mean, even for Fab, as a good, maybe we can get to some weird percentage, but it's like at Worlds there were 400 players. So I'm gonna guess that there's 10 to 20,000 Fab players. If I just
pull the number.
So then it's like, all right, let's just say it's 20,000 for simple math. It's like that's 2% of players playing Worlds in Fab, who is trying to own the best competitive game in the world market.
Yeah, that's a good question. Mr. Yala says, yes, mainly because it's the only way I would get to play in person. So it needs organized play because it's the only way to play. And I think a lot of times this is a category of person who maybe doesn't have a local community, and so you have to travel if you're going to play at all. Don't have a local group that is doing the thing that you want to do. And I hear that. Van says, I don't, but the game does. Without op, it will die. And it's like, I've got to take this call real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
Take over the comments.
Yeah.
If you would.
So Van saying, you will have Van come up. Yeah, there it is. But without OP. And I think that's where you get into like the optics of it, which is Steven was saying there's the optics of this game is successful enough for the publisher to invest in it. But the other half of that coin is if they're not doing that, I think there's this fundamental and it's kind of tangled because Magic was the grandpa of this situation, right? Magic came out initially was a lot more like Sorcery, which is there was not 4 sets a year. There were not big tournaments planned. There was not any of the ecosystem we have today. But I think by the 2000s, they had this giant engine up and running, which included organized play and tournaments and Friday Night Magic and the whole 9 yards. And it was then in that environment where I think a lot of publishers and players assume for a game to be successful, it has to have all these things that Magic has because Magic is showing us what it looks like to be successful. But it really is chicken and egg because Magic was able to do those things because they were successful. They didn't have organized play in 93, 94. Like not in the way that you would think about it today. And yet they were like super successful. First mover, first collectible card game that was a playable game. Obviously it was a sensation and built the industry that we know today. So yeah, it's a mix. Let me go to some comments here.
There's a lot of good comments.
All right, you want to pull ones you think are good up, and I'll read them and talk about them.
Oh, okay, all right. Hold on.
Little interplay. I got John on screen. Nathaniel Dalton, what's up? A very familiar name around these parts. I like local play incentives. Like Army Crits are great for Fab, and a lot of indie games are going that route as well. Yeah. So let's get some real talk. I agree that local support is great, but one thing we always dance around, it's kind of a two-pronged thing, is why do you think it is that we need to incentivize people to get together and play a game together? It's just kind of a fundamental question for me, because like if I'm having a couple friends over to play Fab on the weekend, like I don't know, it's an interesting thing to want to incentivize, but I struggle with it because I'm a competitive person. I like to compete. Like I like going to the Fab World Championship. I love having that event. I love that there's that many people taking it seriously, playing the game. And like, you're good. The main appeal to me though is that there's that many people taking it seriously. Yeah, it would be cool to win $100,000. Don't get me wrong. It'd be super nice. I can think of a lot of things I would do with $100,000. But like realistically, when I'm playing those games, that's not the appeal. Like I don't need, if I could get the competitive games at that level without those, and the reason I know this is true is because I did this for a decade with all the FFG games, which is where like the winner got a playmat, right? And got to design a card if you literally won the whole tournament. So like Fab it's been wild for me because I came from competitive games where, top 32 got like a playmat or top 16. And there was maybe some promo cards involved, but like there was not cash, and there were not tournaments all the time going on that you could do this at. So there's a lot of layers to that, but I kind of got off track. What did Nathaniel say?
Nathaniel,
the one you pulled up a second ago. Oh yeah, incentives for local play. But it's kind of just we went round and round in this in 2.0 locally. Eventually, with like an armory kit, we started making it participation based and then just random. So we actually had no local weekly prizes for the winner of the said thing, because winning is kind of its own prize. You had a good night. But yeah, I mean, I guess what do you think would happen if we removed local, like the armory kit support for Fab?
We've got this more recent comment, but it's about Lorcana OP.
Okay, Steel Slime saying, I really like Lorcana organized play, where you're rewarded for community building, like bringing a new player or playing a thematic deck as opposed to winning. I think that's it. Again, I like the concept. And we did a lot of that, where it's like you bring someone, or you would have different things that you could. We had like a extensive league system for a while with the achievements and stuff that incentivized you to do things that weren't winning. But it is kind of funny that like, and I know it's just like human psychology. I don't know why it works. Everything cool?
Yeah, everything's great actually. Got progress from the core.
Come on.
Supervisor called me back and is sending that email right now.
Well, Steven's been on a house building struggle for a long
It should
time.
be the last step. Yeah,
So-
I won't believe it until it's done.
Yeah.
But it's 8 months.
I'm with it.
An 8 month
So-
process may be coming to an end.
We were talking about basically Nathaniel was saying it's important, like local support and incentive, and basically prize support. What is happening? Lasers. Local support being relevant to him. And then I was getting into our old conversation about like effectively why do we have to incentivize people to do something they would want, like
to recreate.
to recreate?
Mhm.
It's like a really bizarre. This is such a bizarre industry.
It is weird.
I get it. And then I was talking about worlds and how like, yeah, winning money is cool and all, but like the appeal to me is that there's that many people together taking something as seriously as they are,
Mhm.
and you get this like high level competitive play. It's not really even about the like tangible, if I win this game, I get this much money kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is an element of like human psychology incentivizing actions that you want. And we're talking about, Lorcana has like things that you earn for like bringing a new player or for that kind of stuff that aren't just winning. Steel Slimes, that was a comment I read right before you came in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that there's like a human psychological, there's a reward ecosystem, gamifying stuff to like get the behavior that we want. But that's kind of why I dig the sorcery approach so much in terms of, am I like leaned incorrectly? Because it just, the vibe is so much more like, if you're into this and you want to play, then like, do that.
Mm-hmm. But will it work?
I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's a grand. I mean, why have we actually gotten into why do we need to be incentivized to recreate in this way?
I asked it.
Ton of good comments. I can't even begin.
Okay, where are they?
All
All of them? All
Yeah.
comments. Which polls?
All right, get your drinks, get your fireworks. We're about to go on a deep dive.
You want to start at Angelus X Umbra? Is that where we are?
Basically, yeah. You should run a channel poll.
After the poll. Right after the poll.
That. Oh no, wait, there's even more.
Right back. I see you. Thank you.
All right, so let's start with the poll then. We got 40 votes on the poll. 75% say no, 25% say yes, effectively. So that's like pretty dead on.
I was pretty close.
Yeah.
It's the old 80-20 rule.
It's telling the 75-25 rule.
I said it was close.
What
is happening?
Angelus X
Did you do
Umbra.
that, John? Is that because I was close?
That's because you're close.
Thank you.
Close points.
I like it. See, this is why we have to incentivize local play. I'm going to be on the stream having a good time either way, but the balloons did make it more fun.
They did make it more fun.
So like I'm earning prizes for doing things John likes.
It's interesting,
like
but that can get pretty problematic pretty quick, right? Where
Just
the
don't think
stream
about it.
generates into like just
I mean,
trying to
you've seen the kid who
play
like
the algorithm, which is Jonathan. and
wins what's the game where you're like the last person standing that's really popular? It's like
Duck Hunt,
No.
all first person
No,
shooters.
no. It's like there's like
Fortnite, Ultima Online,
Fortnite.
dude.
There it is. It's like 100 people, and then like if you're the last person, it's like
Ultima
really hard to
Online.
win.
No, Unreal Tournament.
But like there's the kid who like wins a Fortnite game, and then there's like literally in his bedroom there's like fire and like pyrotechnics. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah. Angelus X Umbra, I agree. To start the environment, it doesn't need organized play, but if you want it to continue to grow, it needs local support in at least some capacity. Kai Jacobson, I will say that a local store currently doesn't exist on my island, so local play for me is an $80 minimum plane ticket.
Ooh. What island do you live on, if you don't mind my asking?
Ian Schaefer also, I want to see you soon, man. I miss you.
Man.
Says,
Okay.
my friend group tends to be more competitive, so for me to get into a new card game, there has to be some organized competitive structure. Just even if you don't want it, that's just what that's what the culture is sometimes around you.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I went to the Realm event this weekend, and the past that and Worlds, there have been no other Tolsons going.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a leg of the trip where I'm just by myself. Like in this case, I was flying, and it's not normal to just fly by myself. But I was at the airport at my layover, and a guy walked like towards me, looked just like Ian.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Ian was pulling like I'm actually going to be there situation. I got so excited and then was so disappointed it wasn't Ian. I was sad.
It's a bummer.
Anyway, sorry.
You talk about Steel's Lime saying, Wakana ought bring in new people. Angela says, casual players come and go, but competitive players will promote their product on their own and try to build a community. Basically free marketing. So I think the reality of that statement is that competitive players want to compete very much. And because they want to compete, they need people to compete against.
Yep.
And so they're going to try to convince you to play the thing that they want to compete against you at. Right?
Yeah.
Which I actually understand this completely, because when I was getting really obsessed with chess in high school, I was trying to get as many people around me playing chess as I could because I wanted to play it with people.
Yep.
And so that was my only avenue, was like, I got to get other people. And then I started playing online as well.
I think a lot of times it's framed as just you want people to compete with.
Mm-hmm.
But inherently in a game where there's two people and someone wins, like I think competitive gets branched off into this thing way harder than it needs to. It's like you're just looking for people to play with at your level.
Because we didn't have cash prizes or anything. We weren't playing for anything.
But you also need to see people playing chess that are aspiring to be at the same level as you.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you don't, and that's what I think prizes are the great equalizer, because it makes the aspiration of the exchange at least somewhat similar.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, as an example, at Worlds, $100,000 means something very different to two different players at that event. But it's enough of a prize that I think the seriousness with which all 400 people are approaching it, let's say 300 of the 400, are probably, in their way, taking it as serious as they can.
See, you're saying you might see 150 people who are competing for self-mastery alone. They don't care about the prizes. And the other 250 are made to care about being very good at Flesh and Blood because they want the money, or because that's a driving factor in getting them on board. They wouldn't do it if the money wasn't at the end of that chain.
I'm saying if there is nothing at the end of the chain, even like a local armory cold foil promo, like if you win the weekly armory, you get whatever the cold foil of the month is. Like they do the common weapons or whatever. So to some people, like you can usually buy those on the aftermarket, like $25, $30. So to some people, $30 is like $0. They can just buy it.
Right.
So there's no to that person. Now some people can't afford that at all. Like they can't afford that and to pay $5 a week to play an armory or whatever it is.
Yeah, and to pay $80 to $100 for a box and boxes every few months.
But if you have nothing on the other end of that exchange, then there's no common language being spoken, if that makes sense. Like if Worlds FFG style, it's like just playmats and pride, and like there's like no money and stuff. I think I would frequently say this about like Destiny. Like the last Destiny World Championship, there was 550 players at, biggest one to date. That was 2019, right?
And there was no big incentive, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the incentive was if you top 64, you go to day 2 and you get a playmat. And then past that, it's so unincentivized that I don't even remember if there was anything else.
Yeah.
So the reality, though, that I felt in the FFG days was there were usually, no matter if it, like one Star Wars LCD World Championship was 110 people. One was like 350. Is that my thumb? So I thought I'd just keep rolling. So in all of those cases, though, there was typically 30 to 50 people that can actually win that tournament.
They were taking it that seriously, if you will.
So to me, like on a grand scale at Worlds for Fab, if there was $1,000 on the line, it's like, let's say without anything on the line FFG days, there's 30 people taking it at like I'm going as hard as I can.
Just because I love...
love this game,
basically,
love this thing.
I love honing myself into an instrument of competitive destruction.
And I think there's some number of people that's what they will do regardless. If they're engaging, if they've decided, they will just be at that level. And I've seen it. Like
I totally get that. Yeah. I've got that in me somewhere.
Yeah. But as you dial up the prizing, I think what you can do is synchronize the seriousness with which, now why you're taking it serious might be different.
Okay.
But the more incentive there is to win, then there's already incentive to win because no one just wants to sit down and lose.
Right.
That might not be true.
Right.
Masochists,
Mostly,
etc.
no, though.
But generally, if you're playing a competitive game, the goal is to win.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you tune that up, I think the more in sync more of the players are in terms of not why they're there, but the level at which they're taking this.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've played in tons of competitive games where there's not a lot of cash on. And inevitably, top 4, top 8, top 16 Star Wars LCG Worlds feels a lot like every round at a Fab Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the 400 people, I think 300, 350 of them probably could win that tournament.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. Locally, though, if you scale all the way back, right, it's like, okay, the winner of this thing, if there's nothing on the line, then that is going to result in it. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but I'm just saying incentives can sync up again, nothing on the line. Maybe I show up with a Riptide deck that's just got traps in it.
Right.
But like if you're paying $10 and it's like, it's not participation based, it's not random prizing based, you're immediately on at least one notch above I'm going to bring a Bizarro deck.
Yeah, I think that's the other piece of this is quite relevant is like, if you get in for free, I don't think there's really, okay, nothing on the line, not a big deal. But the moment you pay even $5 to be a part of it, you feel like now if there's nothing at the end of that chain, it's like we don't value the experience that we have enough with that kind of an entry fee for this hobby and maybe many others. Our brains are not ready to say, I want to pay $5 to have a structured way to play this game with people, period. That $5 has to get you a shot at the prize. I think it almost has to. There's something about the psychology of this, maybe all humans, maybe all people that are drawn to TCGs. Maybe it's that there's a high entry fee in playing these kinds of games, and you feel like the opportunity to at least maybe get that back on the other side, whether it's through investing, collecting, speculating, or doing really well at a tournament. Maybe there's an aspirational element to that, saying like, I know I'm spending a good amount of money on this now, but if I wanted to, I could go maybe get some of that back by like really being good at this. There's something in there that I haven't found a parallel for in any other hobby.
Well, I think part of the tough thing is, let's say I pay $10 to play in like a weekly armory or a pro quest or whatever. Like I don't have a shortage of people in my life I could play Fab with. So for me at least, it's like if I'm going to travel 35 minutes to go to a store, and I'm not going to be in control of who I'm playing against, like, which can be good and bad, both directions. And I'm not going to be at home. And also, it's weird because like I can't bowl at home.
Right.
I can play Fab at home, and I can choose who's there, and I can choose the environment. And now, not everyone has a space they can want to play the game at home and stuff, and so there's reasons there. But like, when it comes to these games, or like a board game even, it's like you own the thing. So
yeah,
it is if you're paying to be in a tournament or an armory or an experience, which sort of gets to a thing I wanted to mention from earlier is like, another thing that organized play does and local incentives do is it allows local stores to charge entry for these gatherings, which without that, there's not a lot of stores that are just charging you $10 to come in and play sorcery.
Right.
Just like straight up. But if there's a sorcery promo, and everyone that plays in this thing, or same with the Fab Armory, it's like everyone that plays gets 3 of these promos. Just how it works.
Yeah, you attach value.
So same thing with like a Pro Quest, right? For Fab, where if you win the Pro Quest, you qualify for the Pro Tour. So the same is going to be true with alphaclash. Another thing this organized play effort gets you is you suddenly have a prize, which is the participation in the event where these things are on the line and these, this premier thing is happening, that people down the chain, like your retail partners, can utilize to charge entry to have an economic model to support this game in some way, right? Because like one of the biggest parts of like a road to national season for Fab is top 4 qualify for nationals. So they print promo cards for top 8, top 4 qualify, and like that's a really low cost way, and the people pay $30 to get into that, and there's 50 people that are doing it. So like there's a value exchange happening there.
Yeah. And I don't think the value exchange, or at least it's not been maybe tested or tried too much. I think that value has to be attached to a physical object. I think that's just almost the nature of it, at least as it is now.
Yeah,
in the way that everything is set up, all these incentives are kind of bumping against each other. But
so you're hypothesizing, like bowling, I will pay an ungodly amount of money to bowl for like an hour.
I won't even. It's gotten too expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I will. I don't know if that's important or not for you.
It looks like it is. Climbing gym.
He leaves me with one passing thought. Climbing gym.
I've got one thing since Steven.
Yeah, it's Steven number 2,
look at this.
also
I can
known as
just hop
John.
right back in here.
Yeah, the video artist. How are you doing?
Doing all right, man.
I
How are
hear
you?
something low in your voice. You doing okay?
Yeah, I got a little allergies, I guess.
Yeah, it's that time of year
something
too.
like
It's
that.
just dry and miserable.
Yeah, you think everything dies and then the allergies go away, but it's the exact opposite. No, I was thinking like whenever we were going to baseball games as a family, the thing you got by coming in was a deciding factor on whether or not we were there.
Sure, you
like
get a free
bobblehead
hat,
night,
or you
right?
get a free.
And that's
Yeah.
that's a literal. You're going in, you're being entertained.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's almost like the movies are the only thing where that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I think a key, at least with movies, baseball, a lot of times you could actually watch it from home.
Yeah, that's true.
And to
That's a good
me,
point.
there's a very distinct difference between watching a baseball game live and watching it from home.
Yes.
Like the experience is very different, let alone the stuff that you get.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, for the most part, like just real. Yeah, come on in. Real talk for me is like
keep talking to me.
the baseball example is good. We'll come back to that. Like if I'm choosing just complete, it's part of why we're 3.0 as a concept exists, right? If I was choosing, am I going to play Fab this Saturday at my house or anywhere else in Tulsa that I can play it? I'm choosing my house.
Okay.
So, which is
What if
plays
you get
out.
played in like a castle?
Well, there are no castles in Tulsa that I can play it in.
There's one Skokie.
You know, there it is, right down the road. But even like we were talking about the other day at a coffee shop, like at Cirque. It's like great space. We're in a cool space. Like this environment's great, but like it would be so odd if we were just sitting here playing Sorcery for 5
It would
hours.
feel, yeah, we were talking about how awkward it would feel to play it because it's not where you're supposed to do that. I mean, it's not built for that.
Yeah.
It's like the culture and there's a social element of it where it's like you want to be doing these things in a place that is overtly welcoming and intentional about you doing them there. Like otherwise you feel like you've kind of hijacked a space that's meant for
Yeah, but
coffee.
I go to a coffee shop and I pay $4 for an
An
Americano.
absurd amount of money.
Yeah, margin.
Really?
But to the point is this is an experience. So I get the environment. I can sit there and drink my coffee. I get someone I can't make espresso at home.
But it's really about that.
But I have a physical item.
But tell me this, would you pay, if you could, you want an Americano, you can pay $4 for the Americano, you can pay $6 and sit here and also drink the Americano. Would you pay the $2 ever?
No.
No.
That's not true.
No, you wouldn't.
That's not true. That's not true. Not ever. So
I mean, if it was like, okay, you can be here for 2 hours and you're going to have a meeting, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if we were going to have whether work or personal chat, it's like there's a amount of money I would pay to have the access to the space to like meet up with someone and do that thing. But I would not pay $6 just to sit there and meet with you.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but you give me
$2,
a 30-cent
$1?
shot of espresso, I'm in.
Yeah.
$6, just sign me up.
But
man.
that's the local retail thing.
Yeah.
Is like, you pay for the boxed product of alphaclash, and that is your entry point into staying at the store as long as you want forever.
Yeah, but I buy this once on release day this past weekend, and what does that get me access to?
Get you access to that store forever.
Is this like a 4-month until the next thing comes out?
No,
you know what I mean.
There's no way. There's no mechanism for the store to ever.
And then make it even worse. Like I can't order this on Amazon and have it shipped to my house and then show up. I can order this.
Can you order that on Amazon?
I don't know. But you can
able
order it. You know what you can do? You can order it on teamcovenant.com right now, in stock, shipping immediately. But because that's another part of this problem, right? Like when you're talking about paying to play at a local space, it's like how much money have I spent on Fab?
Right.
So I already feel like I've paid.
You paid so much already just on getting what you need to participate that paying even more just to participate feels wrong.
Yeah, and on a grand scale, it's like fundamentally retail is saying, hey, buy your products here. We will have a place for you to play. We will support the community. We'll teach other people how to play. We'll promote the games, et cetera, et cetera. But like, I don't know how often that's actually true. There are spaces that exist that you can play. Yeah, that might exist. But even when we're talking about local sport, so many the places that people play locally that I know of for Fab, it's someone in the community that is running it. It's the organizer. They're there. Yeah, the store from distribution orders the product, gets the kits in.
Right.
And then they're just kind of checked out past that point.
Right.
So coming all the way back around to organized play, and you said climbing, Jim, so I don't know if you want to go into that or not. But organized play, I don't know how to segment it out and how necessary it is for a game to be successful. I do know it creates a perception. It creates a conversation. Like I said, there were 30 people coming up to me this weekend asking questions about alphaclash who, prior to that, had never interacted with me about alphaclash ever.
Yep.
So what's that worth? And what does that create? And whether or not it pays out in the end, I think it's very complicated to try to answer that.
It's the same old question. There's so much obfuscation around the success of any kind of marketing effort, but this one is particularly difficult. And so I think a lot of times in these fog of war environments, you look to what other publishers have done that have had success, and you say, well, pretty much every one of them that has had success has done this. So we should do that. We don't know how effective it is. We don't even know if it will work, but we know that of the options in front of us, this is the one that these successful games have used, and they are successful.
Yeah.
So you roll the dice on it. Of course, there's plenty of unsuccessful games that have tried to do this as well.
Well, I think that's the narrative that gets missed a lot, which is if you look at the long-standing successful games or the mid 5-10 year long experiences that had games, yeah, they had organized play and cash prizes and stuff. But there's, let's call it 500 TCGs, of which a couple hundred probably had organized play, lasted 2 or 3 years, and then went away. And it's the magic equation to me of, I think their organized play was like fuel on the fire,
right.
and not what started the fire. Like, because they didn't have any of that stuff for years, and they then were very successful. And it was like, what do we do with all the success? And it's like, let's give $1 million away. But they were making so much money.
Yeah.
Like when you have 20 million Magic players, $1 million is like it's crazy.
And it also was a much more effective marketing mechanic back then because it was making news.
And it's the only game in town.
Yeah, and now it's like literally the news locally is picking you up and saying, here's a kid who just won $100,000 playing a card game. This is insane. How could this possibly be true? Now it's expected.
I remember when we were kids, we qualified for that World Championship for the Star Wars TCG, and our local newspaper ran an article with a picture of us.
That's right. They did. The old Chelsea Reporter.
Yeah,
right?
a Chelsea Reporter. Yeah. And that was back in 2003, 2004.
Look at these very cool kids about to go compete at the Star Wars trading card game. Funnily enough, Zach and I were some of the coolest kids at Chelsea High School, I'll have you know.
I mean, look at us. How could we not be?
Yeah, we were really rebranded the industry right there in our little small town.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
One of us went on to be a computer programmer.
What was did they?
Mm-hmm.
Were was that?
Philip.
Oh, I thought you moved between the two of us.
No, neither of us. No, we went on to do this.
Yeah, here we are.
It all started with that Chelsea Reporter article. Really.
Yeah.
Let me finish off with these comments.
Yeah, I mean, it's there it is.
We love it. Okay, I'm just going to try to come through here and use my best judgment. Jonathan, do you have any...
I'm just going to... Jim Neban. This is a good comment.
Whew.
You see it?
No, is it early?
It just now happened.
Okay.
He's saying ProQuest and Roto Nationals are my favorite time of year just because you can jam 20 games in a weekend. It's hard to organize that many games outside of designated time. Competitive events pull people together.
Yeah, and this is a good point, is if I just want to play Flesh and Blood and I don't care about the Pro Tour, but I have one person around me who does, I have an infinite amount of games.
Infinite. Yep. You can probably get reps on all kinds of different heroes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Roto Nats, I know so many people that don't ever really go past that level, but go to every Roto Nats.
Mm-hmm. Because we come back to it, the conclusion that we started with 3.0 and all of this, is that at the end of the day, what we all want is other people to play this game with. Mm-hmm. So how best can that happen? And one way you can do it is you can incentivize the 10 to 20% of the population that wants to compete heavily at things to do so. And then 80% of the rest of that community gets to play whenever they want. The concession is they have to play a certain way, and they have to play a certain tempo, and there are certain expectations around what is even worth playing against. So if you're going to bring your weird little idea deck, the competitive player who's training for Pro Tour is not going to care to play you. Mm-hmm. But if you're willing to play like the game at its most fundamental, you probably get infinite reps. Yeah. And that has value.
And in a Swiss environment, you can bring your experimental deck, and by round 3, you're probably playing against other people in the same band, right? And the competitive player is like, I got past round 1 and 2, and now I'm like, whatever. I think that's the other piece. One thing I wanted to mention is, why do we need to incentivize these actions? Is the things you don't need to incentivize are going to happen whether you incentivize things or not. Unless incentivizing it removes the other action. So like people playing at the kitchen table, people playing when they want, people playing without prizes, people doing whatever. The nice thing about the unincentivized actions that are happening is that they're unincentivized.
Right.
So even if you're a publisher asking, do I need to incentivize local play? It's like, well, you can, but you also can't do much about the unincentivized. Like you can't ramp that up. Yeah. Like, it's like, we just wish more people were just hanging out playing.
Yeah, well, I think the grand question is, can you spend, let's say I'm Fab, can I spend, Fab's an awful example because it's built from the ground up to be competitive. Let's say I'm Sorcery. Let's say I can invest $250,000 in an organized play circuit, or I can invest $250,000 in trying to find more players who currently don't know anything about Sorcery who would play it at their house with their friends or family. Is that going to be a more successful use? Where do I find those people? How do I spend those marketing dollars? Where do I get that messaging out? What are those people watching? Do I run ads on Netflix shows? Yeah. Like this kind of thing.
Yeah. Pragmatically, what do you do with the money? Yeah. First of all, do you even have the money?
You can do nothing with it also.
Yeah. Like step one is like, are you a publisher that has the luxury of having that money?
Right.
Like, have you gotten to that point?
Or get a loan for it or whatever.
Yeah. Second thing is, what could you do for that money? You could either just have extra profit. You could invest it in producing more products to release. You could invest in the quality of the product,
like
maybe
art, better printing,
paying your team more, hiring more people to do more play testing, whatever. You could invest it in promotion, right? So you go down the list of like what you could do. But to me, organized play is squarely it's like in between promotion and capital P product. It's like a part of the experience of the game. You're investing in organized play as an example. Like that for Fab, organized play is a part of the product.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
But it's also part of the promotion. So it can be both. And it's the thing about cash prizing to me is like it's such a easy button.
Yeah. It's like the simplest unit of exchange.
It's like, oh, we're going to have a $25,000 tournament. Like you know so much about what that is. Just on the outset, if I said that, it's like a $25,000 tournament you have to qualify for. It's like, I already know exactly how this is going to go. There's something to that.
Jamie Foster, our local armories have much higher turnouts compared to on-demand events. The prizes are good incentive. I remember grinding so I could win my first cold foil. It was a good quest and remains fun to win. And let's not forget, there are so many games and things out there in the world right now that yield you nothing.
Oh, hi, Jimmy.
Aside from...
I know Jimmy.
Aside from the pursuit of something, like Farm Bill, right? You plant corn. There's no $10,000 winner. I don't think.
You're also not. You're not paying $10 to play Farm Bill, unless you're buying, rain or something. I don't know how it works.
That's true. But the idea of here's a prize, here's something to strive for. Go strive for it. Succeed is a classic psychology loop for all human beings.
Yeah, everyone wants it. Give me that dopamine.
Even if that cold foil is worth $5, for a lot of folks, it's like, I'm going to go grind for it. I'm going to find it. I mean, I play World of Warcraft with people who would spend 12 hours a day doing the most mundane things for 6 months.
I'm telling you, man, I'm grinding all the time to get those cold golds. And it's not about them having value other than I just want the shiny Runeblade stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's like your mount that you were trying to get forever. At least that had utility.
Yeah, I literally was just trying to pick up cloth.
Yeah.
There is that... The reminder, the
Hi,
thing
man,
you
Sam.
get when you get to the top of the mountain.
Congrats, Ethan.
That I think is important for some or most people, like a remembrance.
Just getting there.
It doesn't have to be extravagant necessarily, but it has to be something that you can look at and be like,
yeah, I mean,
there's a point of pride in that, isn't there?
Like in Baltimore in May, I got to the top 4 of the calling. I got a cold gold, which then swapped out for a different one. but now it's like a usable trophy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not. The odds of getting top 8 in the calling are so low.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not there for that necessarily, but it is a really nice once you have climbed that mountain. Same with the cold gold or the cold foil that Jamie was talking about locally. If you climb a mountain and succeed, it is a cool token to have.
Mm-hmm.
Something to, like, I did it. I did this thing. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Then you wake up the next day and we're back.
It is also funny, you might pay thousands and thousands of dollars to climb like Everest. But it's not like you get something for that.
People do that all the time, and the odds of dying are like high.
They're higher than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
Alex Becker, what's up, Alex? Saying I qualified for the Rumble, the one you're talking about, the Realm Games Rumble. So entry was free. Therefore, I felt reasonable playing Bolton with no reps because all my buddies were going, and I got to spend the weekend playing a fun game with friends. Now, if there had been a $100 entry fee, Alex is not bringing Bolton.
Interesting.
So,
like, the cost to get in. Cost of like hotel and flights and stuff maybe factors in, but like there was a conversation going on the artist formerly known as Twitter recently about expected EV, expected value from events, and how like on even if you do super well, like your Brody or Fang, like doing
basically all the people you play with but don't emulate.
Yeah, 100%. The expected value is still not even particularly shiny. For you have flight, you have hotel, you have food, you have time away from
so
work.
at the very bottom of it, you're not going to be ahead monetarily. Yeah, almost certainly.
I would say there's probably 10 to 15 fab players that it is positive EV that are like going to a lot of events. But the reason I say that is it's funny to me that a $50, $100 entry fee would change the dynamic, but not the fact that I spent the whole weekend doing this thing and like all the food and the hotel. And if you're local, it's obviously different. Like me spending a Saturday at a store playing a ProQuest or something is different. But like, it's just, that's an interesting psychological dynamic.
It's not because when I pay $100, I get a nice, $120 now. I get a nice hotel room, I get cable, I get a bed, I get room service, or and you're
going to use all that at a fab event,
when I pay $50 for a croissant or whatever, I get the croissant, right? There's such a tangibly obvious exchange. When I pay $100 to sit at a table and play a game, it doesn't get me anything instantly.
What about when you pay like $15 to go see a movie?
I don't.
Work with me.
But honestly, that's a pretty good example because you can watch movies at home and it's easier than ever, and there's access more than ever, and you have Netflix and Hulu and all this kind of stuff. And I think movies are taking a bath because of that. So tabletop games you can do at home. You can play, but you need other people. And I think the one thing that I'm learning more and more is that I can sit down and watch a movie on my own, and that means I just don't care to go to the theater. And honestly, many people would argue going to the theater and watching a movie with other people is in no way better than watching it by yourself at home in the privacy and the comfort that you desire. Nobody's going to be yelling at the screen. There's not going to be any altercations. Say what you will about the complete deterioration of our social fabric. Putting that aside, in the long term of our world, it is by the play.
I've missed this.
Better, etc.,
I've missed
right?
it.
Easier, better to watch at home.
Yeah, better is
arguably not
at a
true.
theater. Giant screen, sound system can be.
But man,
great.
the TVs are getting bigger. The speakers are getting easier.
Yeah,
the
unless you live in a tiny home.
Def.
You know what I mean?
I still have giant speakers in that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean you're like boom boom.
Yes. So all that to say, okay, so we see movies, more likely to be watched at home now that you can do it that way. The one thing that remains the weird sticking point for tabletop is I honestly just don't often want a lot of people at my house.
Yep.
I don't want to have to clean. I don't want to have to figure out food for all those people. I don't want to have to host, feel like I'm on the whole time. I can't relax and actually enjoy it because I'm having to make sure that everybody's having a good time.
The other half of that
So
coin.
the hosting piece of this is why a third party like a local store is so much nicer sometimes, even if it's not nicer as far as comfort and surroundings are concerned.
It's weird because meeting a friend at a coffee shop, you're paying for a thing. Mm-hmm. You're not paying for the space to do the thing that you own.
Right.
Even going bowling, it's like you're paying to get an experience and do something, an activity you cannot do at home.
Climbing wall is the example.
Now,
right?
And the opposite side of not wanting to host 8 people, which like for Fab Draft practice, I do that semi-regularly, and it is a lot. And like it's like my wife's like, oh, there's gonna be a bunch of people here today, I'm not gonna do this. And then it's also like they're eating and there's trash and the whole 9 yards. I think the more common problem is that most people don't have 8 people they're comfortable having in their house,
right?
Let alone
or even 8 people that would do this.
Period.
Yeah.
So having a centralized gathering point that is like, I can leave at any time. If it gets weird, that's cool too. But like if it's at your house, like you can't facilitate these kind of communities for the most part. I mean, I know some people that would be good at that.
Yeah.
But that's not common.
Yeah, and it's a space that has everybody has a tangential or direct interest in the thing that you're doing is going to be gathered together and expected to all be there. So it's not weird that you're playing alphaclash in a local store and then somebody who plays Magic comes over and is like, what's this, right? That's the expectation. That's not going to happen at your house. So I don't know. It's fireworks. Really, that is one of the critical pieces of all of this is that it requires more than one person to do.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about that is I can go to the, it's funny.
I don't know, man. It's wilding out.
I can go to the climbing wall by myself and climb. And I do that sometimes, which is weird. They got these auto belay machines. I got to tell you, jumping off of that thing the first time is a tremendous amount of trust.
You're just trusting the AI bot.
Yeah. It's mechanical. So I think there's like a double blind on it where like the moment it hits tension, that's got to have a thing. People surely aren't dying from this because that would be too much liability for the climb gym. That's what I was saying at the top, at least.
Yeah, it's sort of like...
It's hard to do.
It's the difference between I get in a car, I turn it on, and I drive. I'm trusting a machine to do a thing. Versus I get in a self-driving car, and it's doing the thing.
And then I go 75.
I'm now trusting a digital entity to manage the mechanical entity that I'm in that could kill me.
Yeah, very true. I can also go bowling by myself.
Sad.
And you might, but you might want to practice or go. I think I would actually enjoy that.
I would get a pitcher of beer and bowl by myself for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be a great hour or 6.
And you can solo game by yourself, but you can't competitively game by yourself.
Well, we're competitives in the Senate, so we're off to the races. So the end of this is, what was the even question? Prize pools, tournaments?
Prize pools,
so like
tournaments.
alphaclash is
200,000.
The interesting thing about alphaclash to me is Fab obviously, in my brain, came out from the get-go as a competitive game. Pandemic hits. That's a weird situation to be in. They had a lot of balls bounce in their direction in 2020. Just people stuck at home. I think people not doing Friday Night Magic because you can't. I think the TCG boom in 2020 with the pandemic and like the weird Magic. I mean, tons of games, even old dead games, got super high value. They had a set come out in August. A lot of stars aligned, create a lot of excitement and energy around the game. And they used that immensely well, pivoted into where they're at now, I think.
Yeah.
Sorcery comes out. Kickstarter in 2022 launches very heavily focused on what we call kitchen table play. When we did that 12-hour stream, Eric's commentary, I just love it. He's like, honestly, we're just concerned about making the best product we can make. And that, if we do that, everything else will take care of itself. And it's like, what a vibe that is sticking out. Meanwhile, alphaclash, you have Indie Hero Super Theme made by what I would consider an indie tabletop publishing house, Rising Empire. First set comes out earlier this year after the Kickstarter.
Also got the graphic novels, and they're really
the comic
approaching
books.
the comic book vibe of this.
Set 2 just came out. Along with Set 2, they announced their organized play plans for next year. So I think it is good to have a set or 2 under your belt. There's a lot to manage for the first time making TCG. Going into your first major season, and they have now elected to choose the path of $200,000-ish prize pool tournaments. That's saying something about this game and the kind of experience that they're trying to do. And we've seen a lot of games try to do this. And it's a lot to manage. Just making a game, let alone run an organized play circuit. And like Fab, even with the success that they had, 2021 into 2022, there was a lot of, you could tell it was a lot for them to manage. And they were getting that under their belt. So the stage is kind of set. And it's just fascinating to watch it kind of playing out here.
And it may well work. I'm confident of it. It's crazy. Fab's the first one I've seen do it.
Yep.
So it's like, oh my gosh, it's actually possible.
Successfully get over.
It's actually possible.
Yeah.
Who knew? Okay, I'm going to finish up with some comments here. We're going to quickly get into the news. We're going to crack open some Clashgrounds boxes, and then we're going to play some Clashgrounds. Hopefully we get a chance to play. You said you did some sealed alphaclash?
Like I said, I have people coming up to me. So
I want to do sealed then. Can we do sealed?
We can. Yeah.
Here's a question from Jason Gleason. I think this is important, John. And this it could not be more connected to the horse that Zach and I cannot stop beating. And that is, Jason Gleason, should local game stores work to be a third space where you can just exist without being required to spend money? How?
How do you do that? Because if
you're paying rent, you need money.
Hold on. Let's talk about third space.
Okay.
So as far as I know, this was made popular by Howard Schultz, founder of Starbucks. Or not founder, CEO of Starbucks.
Everybody's talking about that third space now. We've been talking about third space forever.
So I don't know.
So giant compared to me when I lean back.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Hold on.
That's okay. Now it's me.
So funny. That was a crazy perspective.
Yeah.
So Howard Schultz acquires Starbucks. They're like a roaster of coffee in Seattle. Goes to Italy and sees the coffee culture there.
Mm-hmm. This is the mythos you've been pitched through various books.
Whether or not it's true, who knows? But I've been to Italy and it does feel like this. Whereas like there is a space at these cafes in Italy that is just communal. I love Italy. Side note, I get why. If true, his story pans out because it's like, especially if you think about a United States where coffee is 50 cents at a convenience store in a styrofoam cup. There's not coffee shops. There's not Starbucks, etc. But there's just these cafe spaces that you hang out in, and they give you espresso or coffee, and people stand around or sit around and talk and like do their thing, and then it's communal. And they do have it before work, they have it in the middle of work, they have it after work.
Is there social pressure to make a purchase at those coffee shops?
You have to make it. I mean, it's like inherent.
So you can't just walk in and sit or stand at the bar.
When I was there was no one around, just sitting there.
Right.
And I assume people that are just like sitting there have to make a purchase.
I think they'd get chewed.
I mean, the reason I was there to make a purchase and then enjoy my thing while I'm sitting there. But anyways, this idea of third space, that was the whole Starbucks thing. Is like, we don't just want to charge $5 for a cup of coffee.
Right.
But we want to have all these spaces that people can hang out in and meet in.
That's so similar to Tabletop. It's
crazy. And that was a lot of the early conversations we were having as Covenant started, just in terms of what is going on. But in that case, you have a very clear, yes, you're offering the service of a third space, but you have such a clear product proposition.
People can't bring in their own coffee.
No.
That's true, yeah.
And you can't order it online. I mean, you can order beans. You're competing with people roasting their own thing at home. But if you want someone to make you a cup of coffee or espresso-based drink, you can go have someone do it, and then you have a space there you can enjoy it. And I've in college, there were times I'd be in Starbucks for like 8 hours. And it's like I bought my $10 and stuff, and I'm sitting here for 8 hours. So they have a clear economic model for being a third space, though. And they have a product that is, I won't say universal, but universally consumable. You don't have to have any experience in coffee. You don't have to own $1,000 in cards.
You don't have to have looked up how to play, or
you don't need other people. Anybody can just walk into a Starbucks, and they have non-coffee stuff too right now. So it's like you can buy food, you can buy a drink, you can buy who knows what. But in Tabletop, it's like you can't just have nice spaces that exist and no way to make money.
Right. And that is the eternal question.
Yeah, and would you pay $5 to just go sit in a Starbucks? The answer, I think, is no.
And then you have, well, if you buy it from here, then you can sit here without guilt. But also, I mean, when's the last time a local store owner walked over and said, like, you can't be here unless you buy something?
I don't know.
I mean, it can't be that. We never did that at 2.0.
Yeah. Well, and let me find it here. Nathaniel's saying there's a reason that board game cafes have been growing the past several years. So the problem with this, though, is cafes/restaurants, even like coffee in Italy, yeah, you might be there for an hour or two, but then you're like out. So if necessarily is a board game cafe, everyone coming there, if the reason is actually board games, that's like a 2 to 4 hour visit for everyone that's there.
For sure.
Which is somewhat untenable. Like the coffee shop where I got these coffees. It's like I was there for 8 minutes to get several drinks and go. And there's some people that might be there all day doing things. But if every customer that they had was there for 6 hours, you have a problem. That's the same reason like bar, restaurant, game stores can be challenging, because a restaurant's goal, at least in the United States, is to turn and burn as fast as possible. We want them here for 45 minutes. And you can't eat and play a board game in 45 minutes.
Yeah. And we saw this with our local board game cafe, Shuffles, down there, downtown. There was a lot of changing on the conventions of how that model worked. And they got eventually to like, well, on the weekends, it's $6 per person at a table per hour if you don't buy food and drinks equivalent to this amount, kind of thing. So it gets very complex. It also gets very strange to enforce, where you go over to a table and you say, all right, you guys need to order like a side if you want to keep playing Dungeons and Dragons for the next hour.
And if a coffee shop is full, people can still come in and buy drinks. Like if we showed up to a coffee shop that's full, I would still get my coffee and then I would leave.
Right.
Whereas if it's a board game cafe and it's like, yeah, I might be getting a coffee while we're playing this thing, but if we show up to play a board game and there's no space,
right,
I'm probably not
grabbing
a coffee and then leaving.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's a really weird. It's really and it's working right now because there's a fusion of old school and new school happening at the same time, where it's like it is the cafe model, but there is a belief among, I think, a lot of the early adopters of this that I need to spend a lot of money here on food and drinks for this to be here for me. And for me, just as a person, it's just always bothersome. It's troubling to me whenever I can't actually spell out the model. I have to rely on people's goodwill for it to ever work. And that's what the local model is and has been for a while. And sure enough, there's still plenty of local stores. And so for enough people, that model is working. It's working in the sense that these stores are open. Yeah. I'm not sure that it's working in the sense that there is growth, improvement, evolution, better experiences. And I'm not so sure that this environment isn't running off 60 to 70% of people who would participate in the hobby, but would not do it in these particular kind of spaces.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not a panacea. It's not working perfectly, beautifully. It's not Chipotle. It's not like suddenly we figured out the model. But there is still enough success on people's goodwill paying higher prices and buying things they don't actually necessarily want to consume in order to support a space. But again, it gets back to it's because it's tied to physical things. It feels better to pay $10 for a coffee that you don't want than it does to pay $5 for a table. And that, wherever that lives in the human brain, it's there. Yeah.
And I think partially because the nature of the experience is not unique enough compared to what you could otherwise do. Like, again, why do people pay $10 to bowl? And it's like, well, you just can't do that at home.
Right.
Or you can't do that at a coffee shop.
Right.
Like, if I'm going to pay $5 to play somewhere, it's like now you're actually competing with anywhere else you can pay $5 to be.
Yeah.
Which there are some great pubs and there's great breweries and there's great coffee shops and there's great, go down the list.
A lot of questions.
I don't know where we got, but we asked a lot of questions. Not a lot of solutions.
Let's see. That is it. Let's call that good, hey?
There's a lot of great comments, but
yeah, luckily they get saved now because we don't have to cut the streams. Roger, isn't the question at the heart of what you're getting at? How do you incentivize people to do anything really? And I think, Roger, I would even put another plank on that and say, like, I would say why? Why do you need to incentivize people to gather and play tabletop games? Like when I was growing up, we had a friend group that would meet every couple of months and play Axis and Allies. And there was nothing on the line. We didn't even drink at the time or do anything like that. And we played. We didn't care who won. We had a good time. I mean, we competed, but there was no cash prize. It was, I could say, I got you. I'm awesome. And that was it. That was the end of the engagement. And it's like, I don't know. There's no incentive in that model. And it's weird that as the cost of the product goes up, seemingly there is an extra needed incentive to play with the things that you spent so much money on.
But
it's like board games kind of figured this out a little bit, right? It's like, we'll just get together at this person's house once a month and pass it around. But
they're also built to be 2 to 4 people, which is easier to have at home, which you don't need people that are like,
you don't need a metagame
playing every week. They don't need things.
I believe we find ourselves in a very high maintenance hobby, Zach.
That's one way of saying it. Yeah. High maintenance hobby. High maintenance hobbyist. That's a YouTube channel if I've ever heard one. All that said, let's get over the maintenance and let's get into the fun.
Hey, we're gonna cover some news really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna run it down very quickly.
Spread me through.
First of all, of course, we've got AlphaClash coming up December 1st, the official launch day of Clashgrounds. And this was from them, I believe. I hope everyone has a great launch day clashing around the world. Today marks an exciting milestone for the game, as it really is the evolution of the game in every way. So we're going to dive into that, and we have seen enough of it to believe that. Arkham Horror, there's a new Investigator you should check out, Kohaku Nerokami. Jonathan translated this. It's roughly Amber becoming a god. So that's pretty cool. And are you saying that Kohaku could be part homage to Spirited Away?
Yeah, because the Kohaku is the Kohaku River in the English translation, anyway.
Cool.
So his first name being Haku makes me think.
Okay, so that could be a thing. Ashes, we got Playmats. The pre-order for Playmats are going up very soon. It's looking like this week. Keep your eyes on Wednesday.
Oh, hello.
Something goes wrong.
I'm very excited about these. I've got to make some decisions soon.
Bunch of these bad boys.
Upside down.
This is one of 7. These are going to be limited edition designs. We're going to take pre-orders for a couple of months. Then we're going to print them, and then we're going to ship them out, and we'll see how that effort went, and then there may be more in the future.
And we're only making 10 of each available, ever.
That's right. And once the first one sells, the price doubles. So we're just going to
it just keeps doubling until people stop paying. Just kidding. They're going to be available for a fixed amount of time. And
Blighted Neverset has ended, so if you're interested in Ashes, get your subscription in. It's a PDP model. This is the first of its kind. Enough people are subscribed. Plaid Hat Games continues to print the game, develop, spend their time making the mechanics and the rules and new cards. So it's a great model, and please check out that game. It's a great PvE experience as well as PvP experience. Flesh and Blood, we had the Realm Games Rumble, talked about that. We had some new expansion slot cards revealed, which I'm not going to look at. But Zach, did you have a take on the expansion slot cards so far that have been revealed?
Well, yes. Azalea got a specialization. She's already good. She won the big event. Brody won with Azalea.
She's already good, dude.
And this card, it reminds me of like
I said, they all got to go away before my heroes.
It reminds me of the Sin City style. Is how the card looks. It's called like Judge, Jury, Executioner.
Yeah.
Anyways, but the other thing is there's a card that you like fish out a bunch of traps, which I know you were always like, hey, let's make the traps good again.
Oh, you love the art on that one.
What's it called? Reel in.
Reel in.
Yeah. It's it gets me so excited for traps.
Yeah, so these are nice for some ranger cards. But do you think, like, I know the expansion slot was considered to be not valuable enough to bring up the value of Bright Lights.
The cards we have seen so far in the expansion slot are fire.
Okay, that's what we needed. Earthborne, hey, Earthborne team's been at PAX. They are apparently moving forward with some ideas about sustainability with other publishers. So this could be the start of a bit of a mini revolution going on in the publishing space, courtesy of the Earthborne team. There is a group photo that may well be worth. Yeah, let's just go to the HDMI. Yeah, we're ready.
Look at these lovely lads.
Look at these people. So there's some Earthborne folks, a little FFG.
The two on the right are the Andrews.
Yeah, these are the Andrews. Look at this. Well, those guys. All right, they're doing it. Take me back to Tulsa here. Thank you, Jonathan. Other big thing, Earthborne, we have it in the house. We've been fulfilling the pre-orders that we started taking many months ago, and those are nearly done. So we're almost done with the Earthborne pre-order fulfillment. If you haven't gotten your shipped email yet and you have a pre-order in with us, that should happen in the next couple of days. And once that's all done, everything will flip to in stock, and we will sell out, hopefully, the rest of our core sets, maybe the Ranger Doublers as well. The way that game has been moving, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. It seems like it's just getting more and more steam built up over time. So if you've been saying, well, maybe Earthborne, maybe I want it, maybe I don't, I'll wait until after Christmas, after the New Year. We honestly don't know if there will be core sets left after that period of time. To be honest, I was running the numbers this morning. It's kind of iffy, and if we see any increase, we've seen a lot more interest in Earthborne over time as the game has spread.
Makes sense.
So just consider that if that's an important thing for you. We can't recommend that game enough. Earthborne is killing it, and they will have their Game Found going up at some point soon as well for the second printing of the core set, as well as some expansions and additional content that Andrew is working on. I think they said maybe early next year is when they're maybe looking at that. So Earthborne is cranking. They're doing a great job. Couldn't be more happy to be associated with that game. Davi here. Corey didn't wait for me to get there to take the picture.
Savage.
What a bummer. But we get to see your face on the screen now.
Live
Davi.
now. Also, Terrence Meltner in
True
the chat.
MVP there. Terrence, man. Terrence been 1,000 years.
Oldie but a goodie.
What is this? TC on a Monday. Look at Terrence there with Chewbacca.
He goes way back with the Covenant crew.
Yeah,
He's on some of our early videos.
We're doing Monday Live, Terrence. Every Monday. We're making it happen. Sorcery. Update there. It is in stock. We have booster boxes for beta. Please do not fall into the trap of paying way too high prices for them because you didn't look around.
Tell your friends.
Let's see what they're on at right now.
MSRP. They're not going to go above MSRP on the website.
Yeah, give me them HDMIs. Look at this.
See that chart? That's a Hulk Hogan.
This is. But you don't need to do this. You might, I can understand it if this is the only platform you check, or if you just don't like us, that's all fine.
4 boxes sold today, well above MSRP.
Everybody should know that this $200 box, that we got them for $150. So this is not the best exchange of value that you can get for your dollar review. So if you hear your friends talking about, I'm going to get Sorcery over there on TCG Player at $180, $200 a box, you don't need to do that.
Slap them.
That's not, slap them right across the face. We've got them at $150 on our website in partnership with Eris Curiosa. We're so happy to have some supply of that game, and we will certainly continue to sell it as long as we can. We've also got some new Sorcery videos have gone up. Geomancer versus Spark Mage has gone up as well.
Not our video.
Not our video. That's the Sorcery team's video.
Nice.
And you can compare notes on whose you liked better, and be sure to let Chase know.
Specifically. Yeah, or, leave a comment on this video.
If it's ours, let him know. If it's not, just probably don't say anything. Marvel Champions, nothing really happening there. And then Solforge Fusion, there's the December Tabletop Simulator League that has space. So if you are a Solforge Fusion player, you can check that out. I saw an invite to that on our Discord in that channel.
Holiday sale.
There's a holiday sale going on our website. It's primarily Flesh and Blood booster boxes, Marvel Champions hero packs, and Arkham Horror expansion / some Mythos packs from long ago. So these are typically products that we've had for quite a while. They were left over from subs processing almost universally, and we're just looking to scoot them on out. So they're
pull it up real quick. Let's see what we got.
Let's see where we're at. Yeah, go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, and how does it work?
Well, this is our website. We built this from scratch, literally from the ground up. Holiday sale here. You can get there. Look at this beautiful token.
The proverbial we.
Jonathan built that.
Ooh, wow.
Nice little
I love that line work.
Present there.
Yeah.
Isn't that good? Merry Christmas to all. This is not like a war on Christmas thing. I already said holiday sale, and I grew up with Merry Christmas. I like it. But I like all holidays. And whatever you're celebrating, please celebrate it. As long as your cart contains only items in the following list, the entire cart will be discounted 50%. But you have to wrap everything in your order and open it on December 25th.
That's the one rule.
That's the one rule, and we'll enforce that too. So Everfest, all this older kind of stuff, Dynasty, looks like Dusk is already gone, Outsiders, Bright Lights.
Wow.
So if you add this all and then you go to your cart here, I'll do it for you here.
Just add it all to your cart.
We'll do a little
live test. Larry's sweating.
All right, so you see what happened there? You just saved $118. So I would suggest that if these are the kind of items that you're interested in. And then we've also, what else we got down here? We've got some hero packs.
Brent's saying refresh, you're out of a bunch of stuff. Uh-oh.
I was monitoring it. All right, what else? Oh, my God.
They're gone.
Whoo! That is a huge, that's a huge relief for ops there. Let's go. They even want to get those boxes.
You know what? Finance is happy too. Everyone's cool. This
Hey, you know what?
Oh, look at this. The laser show has begun.
What else we got? We still got plenty of
degenerate.
champions. Cool. So if you want to, honestly, if you're a champions player, you want to start champions, this is great. Getting these babies for about $8 a piece. And then Arkham's the same way. Some of these old Mythos packs, and then the expansion. So this is good for your LCG folks as well.
Yeah, especially if you just stop paying attention for the past year.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well,
like
these bad boys are out. You know, I was thinking about writing a book, Zach, and it's called "Price is the Driving Motivator of Consumer Purchases."
Price is important.
Yeah.
In that exchange. Yeah.
I'm gonna call the book like "Cheap Prices."
Free shipping?
Free shipping. A millennial's guide to success on the internet.
Yeah, man. Just keep lowering the price, eventually be successful. It's like the Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
Guy being like, your prices are going to put you out of business. And it's like, our prices are what are keeping us in business. So good.
Let's open some Clashgrounds.
Okay, so here's what I did this weekend. because I had a lot of people asking me about the game, and then I had some time, and they were like, "Can you teach me how to play?"
It's a great looking product. It's a great looking product.
Look at Pestilence over here, just being a baller.
It really looks good, and it gets you in the comic book spirit. They've done a really good job of this.
So what I did with our mutual friend Roger, Roger Bodie, is that was way louder than I expected it to be. We each bought 8 packs of Clashgrounds.
Okay, they were selling them by the pack.
Yeah.
That's the biggest markup there is.
And
bunch of suckers.
They had a really good price actually.
See, this is in my book. It's a case study number 1. Come on.
So we each bought 8 packs, opened them up. I had us each choose 2 colors.
Okay.
And we just smashed all the cards from those colors together and chose one of the contenders from that and played. And it was great, except for he chose blue at first. And blue in this set is clearly not built for limited.
Okay.
Because it's like
a lot of tech pieces.
Every you get charm counters on things, and it's like, well, if you're not playing the Haven that wants the charm counters, it's really dead. So I would just caution you to look at your blue cards if we're going to do this. But box opened, box topper.
Check it out. You want to look at the
arrow
top
plane? Yeah, give me a top down.
Oh, perfectly focused. Do you want me to press the button or do it manually?
Well, I pressed the button, so clearly it's got to work.
Where's the focus?
Okay, I put the focus right
the focus
there.
is nowhere. I'll just go right in the center.
It's actually focused down to the core of the Earth there.
Yeah, we can see the other side of the planet.
Does that do anything?
No.
You want to get anything off of that?
Not a thing. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yeah, locked her in.
Beautiful. You get a box topper, and this is a A10 Warthog doing his thing. It looks good.
Yeah, I actually love
packs.
this card. It's actually a really important card for the game, I think.
The Warthog? Also, quick note, here are my exclusive promos I got with my subscription.
Beautiful, man.
You gotta love it. You see the little Covenant logo down there? All shiny.
How cool that we got
It
here.
is amazing that this is a thing that gets to happen.
And
But
these look great.
every box we send through our subscription comes with an Alt Art exclusive promo, and both of them have been very good so far.
Yeah, they've been great.
So, nod to you over there, the Rising Empire team.
Love this.
So, my suggestion is we just try it. 8 packs.
Let's do it.
And 8 packs, 8 weeks. I'm okay leaning back and enjoying this opening experience.
I don't lean back, Zach. You know that about me. Can I de-HDMI, Jonathan?
Yes, you can.
We don't need this bad boy again, right? Down with the screens.
I can come in on Tuesday too, do more filming. So you don't need to rush to this.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We'll get there.
I don't know what that's about, but I'm nervously excited.
Involved. We need to film a Ashes Playmat video real quick.
Okay,
about 10 minutes showing them all.
We can slap
like
that
an old fashioned one.
Yeah, an old product video. I remember the kind.
These
all
look
right.
good, man.
Yeah, dude. These
look really good.
The art style
big enough to go paper.
The art style has been updated from set 1.
American comic books.
And it's notable. The other thing is, personally, the contenders from this set I'm significantly more excited about. I didn't have anything against the set 1 ones, and some of those are cool characters.
Yeah.
But like these are on a different level. Now, can we pop cards?
Oh, very. I got them. Okay.
No,
so
baby.
Oh, baby. We need a John Cam.
So good, I increased the size. Their presence on the screen is bigger.
We've got now with extra fidelity.
Now extra fidelity.
Let me see Veil of Convergence.
They just like come right over our faces.
There it is. 3 cost.
Look at that.
Relic. Accessory. Players may play 1 Clash card during a turn. So this just enters play.
Yeah. They are not scared of you got to have relic removal if you don't want to die.
Yeah. And look at Conquest being a baller.
Now we figured this one was modeled off of primarily Dragon Ball Super.
I know Dragon Ball Super was a game that a lot of the team on Rising Empire played. That was like their primary entry into tabletop.
And a lot of the comments on the tutorial video that we did was, oh, this is like a lot like Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a vibe to that they picked. These look so good, man.
They do. Dude, check this out. Can we pull up from this set Magnate Awakened? So this is the same character from the first set, and it was a starter exclusive. So it's in this box. There was wasn't it Magnate versus, I forget who it was again. This is a new
this
style.
was in the Clash kit of set 1?
I think so.
Are you sure it's the same one?
It is the same one, yeah. It's +1 defense to your thing. And in the new art style. Do we have the previous one? just so you can appreciate the art style difference.
Let's see.
I threw a curveball at John immediately.
Yeah, bad
That's
boy.
all right. I got it.
What's the rarity on that bad boy?
What's a UC?
Uncommon. Look, the foiling on his chest scars, or whatever that
What are
is.
you looking at, Sue?
War the Potentiator.
That's a really... Oh, yeah. There we go.
That's so good.
But look at it in foil, dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Those
put that
marks
thing
on
in a
his chest
binder
are all
and
red.
stare at it as a 13-year-old.
Those two magnates, though, are a really good example if you're new to alphaclash. I think in the stylistic difference of what's going on here.
Just seriously, look at this pack. Like, you just see these first 3 cards. Look at how much better this is. Just the synergy across the style, the framing of it, the way that it just really makes a lot of sense.
Let me get you guys a little bit more zoom in here since we're showing off all these pretty.
And then you see this Moxie.
Oh, you got the same.
Yeah,
He got the
there's
redone
That was the
magnate, and you got the redone Mox.
OG. Yeah, these were the two from the original Clash kit.
It's gonna be a little
Yeah,
wobbly, but
that's great. You can see those cards a lot better. Yeah, even just like look at this Dauntless. Like I love this style.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy they have made this league. Oh, dude, check out this foil. The Bardagon Warhorn. How do you say that?
Mm-hmm.
that was close.
Bardagon.
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 Well,
But look at
Bardagon.
it in foil. It hits different.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his on his forearms, the lava
Mm-hmm.
foiling. So one thing, getting all the questions I had this weekend, it's very good timing for these level of questions. But a few people were asking me, and like they're like in their mid to late 20s, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking about how when I was a kid, my brothers collected the Marvel cards, and so for me, that's what these cards kind of evoke, is that feeling, and they had no idea.
Yeah, that's funny.
And they were just
You're
like, what?
old.
Yeah, I am old. But so if you're younger and you're wondering, like, man, these I don't understand why they look like this. There's nostalgia at play, for sure. Death. I'm excited about Death. There he is, Conquest. Look at him go. I'm just pulling up my contender. A lot of contenders going on here.
Is there a foil in every pack?
I think there's at least one foil in every pack, yeah.
Man, I'm loving the art on all these, man. The storytelling.
Last night. Amazing.
It's different.
It's totally synchronized.
Dude, look at this Conquest the Victorious foil. He's looking angrified.
There's mystery item.
Foil, no less. Come on.
What does E mean?
Epic?
Hmm.
So there's common, uncommon, rare. Then there's IR, which is like the artist
Iconic, yeah.
iconic rare. And then there's epics. And then above that's like legendary or whatever.
Warcry.
We like epics.
And now you're having read the novel. Do you have a greater appreciation opening these packs and these cards and kind of feeling the story here?
Definitely. I do not like Mean Streak. Or Torque, technically, but you know.
Oh yeah, did you guys see? Check this out. Where's that mini that Locator made you?
Oh, it's right here. Hold on, let me get you.
Oh,
For
dude,
those of
check
you
this
who-
out. I didn't even know this is possible. I got a foil portal.
Ah, sick.
What? That's awesome.
It's
I
one in a
didn't know
million.
I didn't know that was even a thing. It's a common, so it's got to be a common thing.
Maybe.
But how cool! So Portal is a mechanic they introduced this set, which is very simple. It's sort of like the Tide and Keyforge. It's either it starts closed, and anyone can spend 2 resources to activate it, and then there are just a bunch of cards that care or don't care about the fact that it's activated.
And I think there's things from Not Earth that stream through the portal and get better if it's open.
Accurate.
Jonathan used a wing nut to signify his ranger token in Earthborne Rangers, and Locator Gaming made this wingnut mini and sent it over to us.
That is rad.
Isn't that sick, dude?
And it's got like a cloak on and everything.
It's one of the most thoughtful things that has happened. That's like really, really cool. So thank you so much for that. That's what a joy. What a great
That is
sign.
awesome.
Was Roger any good at the game?
Who?
Yes, he was actually. He destroyed me in the second game. Dude, I got this Pestilence the Infectious epic.
Ooh. I'm kind of feeling like I might be a Pestilence guy.
I
I
literally
was thinking that.
I was telling Roger this weekend that I won't play Pestilence because I know Steven is eventually going to play Pestilence. I'm just,
you knew.
Yeah,
For some reason, I like damage over time and like kind of like poisony stuff.
Dude, look at the art on this bone armor rare that I got. I love death. The character. I can't escape it.
The character. Look at favorable outcome. See ya.
The problem is I like death, conquest, and war. So I don't know what that says about me as a human, but Pestilence is not as much my vibe.
T-bone eager contestant. When it attacks and destroys something, ready it. It gets +0/+1 until the start of your next turn. So you swing in with it. If it's successful, it stands up and is better at blocking into 1/3 for the next turn. Super cool.
That seems pretty good.
Restoration, you gotta love that art, right? Look at what that looks like.
Wow, dude. Foil restoration?
Bathroom real quick.
Come on.
Yeah, restoration's a notable piece of art on this one.
Dude, some of these...
What was that one with the portal behind it? Like 2 cards ago?
This? Time to Go? Yeah, I was looking at that. It's a crazy looking card. Counter, play, you may activate the portal. So it's a quick action, which means you can do it on your opponent's turn. And I think it's basically a counter to when they play something.
Okay.
So they play something, and before it resolves, you can just activate the portal. So if they had a card that was like, do A if it's open or B if it's closed, they think that they're going to get you, but instead you do the green thing and mess with them. Also notably, check this out. War the Intensifier. This is the iconic rare version. I love that they do this. So it's alt art, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So it's different. I think you should have this in the files. Maybe not. So it's alt art, but then it's this gold embossed, like the artist signature right here. Let me see if I can get that to show up. Yeah, you can see it some there. See it down there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, these are cool. So in the first set, you would get like 1 or 2 of these in a box, the IRs, and then you would get like 3 or 4 epics, and you'd be lucky if you got a legendary. So if we get a legendary, I'll be hooting and hollering. Yeah, who's your favorite Harbinger, John?
Me?
Yeah, you a Pestilence guy?
No, probably Conquest.
Yeah, look at him, man.
What does that say about somebody?
Yeah.
What does that say when you like Pestilence, I guess?
We don't talk about that.
Although I saw a death card and it looked like just like an old Marvel card from back in the day. I don't know which one that was. Let's see if I can find it.
I got a iconic rare, by the way.
Oh, which one?
When you were gone.
That's the one you want to play too.
Well, this is war. Death is my.
Oh, you're not into.
I like Death, War, and Conquest are all appealing to me. Like, especially compared to like Moxie.
Glad I'm your friend. Oh, look at that Pestilence.
I'm glad I'm your friend. Oh, okay.
Let's see, Elite Rare.
What's the name of that one?
It's a Pestilence box.
Pestilence, Devious Servant. Yeah, I do like this. I like this a lot.
Dude, look at this Enter from Beyond. Like, it's such a dark card. 2 cost, quick action. You may discard 1 card to reduce the resource cost to play this by 1 black resource. Counter attack. If the portal is open, put a clash card with an initial resource cost of 1 or less from any Oblivion into your clash zone. So you put a 1 cost in as a reaction to you attacking. I block with it. Death's ability is when a death thing leaves play, you draw a card. You get it.
So it's good.
Nah.
I just can't believe how improved the art is on these.
Dude, check this out. Haven's Pocket Dimension. This will, spoiler alert. Trigger enter until the start of your turn. Next turn, your opponents can't play Clashgrounds. Whenever a Clash card you control is defeated or sent to Oblivion, put a collection counter on this card. When this card leaves play, move all collection counters from this card to a target relic you control.
So it actually is possible to do, isn't it? With her alternate win condition.
Yeah. Very thematic.
Magnate Awakened there.
Oh, dude, foil.
That's right.
That's a hit, I think. That's a big hit. You know, I did have a certain amount of liking of. Oh, dude, check this out. Back-to-back Contender Town.
There's a lot of contenders. It was not Van.
Look, in the same pack. Look at that.
It was Crow's Tail in our Discord.
Cursed Tale what?
Whose name I will not say in case you want that to be private.
Terrence saying no famine. So no, there's pestilence, war, conquest, and death are the harbingers.
It is.
I didn't open a single death. Hopefully you did.
Yeah. Who was it? Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Crowtails. Said, I feel like they upped the number of contenders in this set. In one box, I got 23 of the 7 different contenders. So 23 across the 7 different ones. And that's a good point. They may be dialing in how many contenders because you want to make sure people get access to them. But you also only need one of them.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need 80 contenders.
80 is a lot.
The whole case.
Dude, I got a foil war minion token. I'm happy about that.
Beautiful.
Token creature.
I love foil tokens like that.
Yeah.
Japanin himself, my 4 boxes from TC arrived. My first box, I got the backpack. Boom.
Oh, the backpack's a legendary, right?
Yeah, I guess.
That's why we can't do that strategy, though. It's because you need the bag.
But what if you get the bag?
I was literally playing against Roger, and we did
all
this.
This war stuff is like really attractive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's pretty cool.
Haven's favorite rock. It's cool, man. I'm just glad. I'm glad it's happening.
So this is literally Roger and I. We opened 8, and I'm splitting them like this, and then we just smashed the colors together.
Yeah, cool.
But his first thing was blue, and then he drew a hand, and then he was like, what kind of counter was it?
Collection counter.
A collection counter do.
There's death. Contender. Did you get that as well?
Mm-mm.
That's the one you needed, right? Hey, and a torque card too.
I mean, needed is a strong. We need 1, so if someone wants to play that character, they can.
Are you putting all your contenders out there? I guess I need.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sorting my cards by color. I have more time too. You stepped out.
Packs are easy to open.
Yeah, they have a little notch, as it were.
What's that space one called?
Low Earth Orbit. If the portal is open, target clash card gets -1/-1 until end of turn. The portal costs 1 less resource of any color to activate.
Question from Button Chop.
Pop it on screen, dog. Sorry it's been talked about, but as the next set of alphaclash was sent out. Are you talking about set 2? If so, yes. It came out Friday, so all of those were shipped as of Wednesday. And if you had a subscription charge go to your account, you can look at your orders. Should have tracking if you've otherwise not seen or heard of it.
And then their next set is Draft.
Yeah, so
right?
I think
they
it's
that?
on the schedule. The OP announcement, they had a schedule, and I think it was like February, March. They're doing Draft Set, which is draft and sealed focused, but it's cards from sets 1 and 2. That's their like reprint strategy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I think it's set 3, 4, then a draft set, and I'm not sure if the draft set there includes cards from sets 1 through 4 or just 3 and 4. That's to be determined, I suppose, or to be announced. Look at this. We did get a fair number of contenders. War.
It really feels like this IP could be a lot of places, doesn't it?
The indie superhero theme in general has not been super explored in tabletop. Wait, what was the name of that one game?
Versus?
That one game we played that was like Overpower?
Overpower, yeah. CCG.
Was that Marvel or was that... There was an indie... Remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I can't remember it all. Not at all.
Yeah. We're both getting older and also the days are getting longer.
That's pretty ominous, kind of.
Look to the west on the third day. Van saying, "Oh, I take that back. How can I forget this? I got War the Second Horseman legendary."
Oh, sweet. So we officially got no legendaries because we're bad at opening packs. Is that the idea?
Well, we're not even through the box, and it's not 1 per box even. So I don't know. We'll see. Terrence saying, "Heard you say Zach read the book. Is it a novel or graphic novel?" And there is a millennial or Zach reading joke in there somewhere, but I'm not making it. So they kickstarted a novel. It's like a 550-page novel. And honestly, Terrence, knowing your interest in history and experience, I would love, if you read it, to know what you think about it. You know how to reach me.
Look to the west.
Yeah. I was going to say, call me, beat me. That classic. Dude, okay. I'm really happy that we got this foil magnate here. He's probably my favorite from the first set. Look at him go. I'm just going to put this over here.
Okay, let's think about what we're going to do here. What do your stacks look like?
Oh, Sentinels of the Multiverse. That was the one.
Oh, we did play Sentinels, yeah.
I have a lot of red cards and black cards.
Okay.
And a little less white and green. So I'm okay just like slapping these red and black cards together and just...
I've got a lot of white cards.
Great.
Let's see how weird our blues are.
Yeah.
There's a collection.
See Lucky Charms. I love this location. Somewhere in New York City. Terrence, I'm glad that you understood my Kim Possible reference. My blue cards are bad. Jerry's saying I'm half done with the novel and loving it. Yeah, because anyone in the back that I think got access to the digital ebook.
Okay, love this. Relic you control. Clash card, target relic. Okay. So basically on the blues, you have to say how many relics do I have that can benefit from counters.
Well, you also have the Haven character. You start the game with a relic with an initial resource cost of 2 or less in your accessory zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then during your turn, she has 20 life also notably compared to the others. But during your turn, whenever this contender loses health, you may put 1 collection counter on target relic you control. Trigger this once per turn. Start of your turn, choose an opponent. That opponent must reveal a card at random from their hand, then puts that card on the bottom of their deck. Once she's at 12 life or less.
And it's 2 or less on the relic that she starts with?
Yeah.
She can start with the rock?
Nope.
It's the rock in the building. Yeah, so I agree with you on blue. I think that's going to be difficult unless you get an appropriate relic. If I could start with the rock, I think that's a viable strategy.
Yeah, because she's got, there's a legendary that's her backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like an alternate win condition, which I think she needs at 20 health.
This bad boy,
what's the rock do?
If it has 5 or more collection counters on it, put the top card of your deck into your resource zone at the beginning of the turn. So you just dual resource, or you get to save cards. Mm-hmm. So this is really good. Very, very good. But I don't think you can risk not drawing it. So what are you doing? You're doing red and black. I'll do
7 novels coming. Can you pull that up? He has a complaint that we need to talk about.
White and green.
So my only complaint is you ship my Clashgrounds boxes too fast, and I already opened them, so now I don't have boxes open while I watch this. Now, one way you could fix that, you could buy some more boxes.
There you go.
And then you can
have you considered
use this
more
to pass the time while you're waiting for those to show up. Easy peasy.
Are we honoring the only play this if your contender is X?
I think what we do is if we draw one of those cards, you discard it and draw a new card.
Like if we can't play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way, that's what we did, so we could just literally get to the table as soon as possible. Okay. So I'm going to put blue over here in its stack. I'm going to go, what colors are you going?
I think I'll go green, white.
Okay, I'll go red, black so that we get to see what's
and then
what.
Our contender options for me are going to be, well, really anybody, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't... is defeated during it, you may engage this card to draw 1 card. So kill something, draw. Once per turn during your primary phase, you may discard 1 or more cards from your hand. Gets -X, where X. This is a very strong card. Extremely strong.
What was it? What did we notice about him? He's got 1 defense.
We also learned that on the -X side of this equation, if it's 0, they die.
Yeah. But he has 20 health as well, like Haven, but he's -1 damage on everything.
Yeah.
Which is notable, because most contenders, like if we pull up War, he has a 1 attack, 1 defense.
What's the subtitle of the War contender?
War Legion Commander.
Okay, got
it. So 1 attack, 1 defense. When he gets attacked, he does 1 damage back to something, but he just takes all the damage because he has no defense.
Let's do Pestilence, of course. We know.
Whereas Pestilence, every time he's attacked, he's actually saving a life. It's a funny sentiment. Pestilence saving lives over here.
Yes, Pestilence known for saving lives.
Yeah, a very classic life-saving maneuver.
Do you have the foil portal?
Of course I do. Let's put this thing right here. Hold on, let me see where it shines the
We'll
most.
have to zoom out.
Let's see.
won't we?
Here. Let's go down here for.
I think
Oh wait, you're gonna
actually
zoom.
War is my guy. I forgot that he could create little minion tokens.
Yeah, dude.
Because creating minion tokens is my jam.
Jonathan loves creating minions.
So War Legion Commander, let's check out how nuts this ability is. Starting into the game, 30 health. He's got this little 30 icon, which means this is active from the get.
Right, sorry, Zach. You were reading that, weren't you? Of all the cards I could have chosen.
Yeah, you could have. They're everywhere, but that's the one. Clash cards you control get trigger attack. So when I attack, if this is the second attack you have declared this turn, draw a card.
Wow, that's good.
So as long as you're fighting, you're drawing. Good. It's very powerful.
Very, very, very good.
All right, we're going to put the portal down here as closed. I'm going to line that logo up beautifully. So you can spend 2 resources of any color to activate the portal on your turn as an action.
Love it.
I am War, and I will show you what it's good for.
Remember how many cards we do in the mulligan and all that?
I do, yeah.
About 8 different mulligans in my head.
Luckily for you, I have played recently on this weekend with this exact set in this exact format. I was preparing.
I was ready for that sorcery mulligan. Yeah. And that earthborne mulligan. Set aside. Is this a reshuffle and draw? Or a set aside draw?
This is a reshuffle and draw.
It is, yeah, I remember that. Wow.
I got some nice foils in here.
I guess. Are you okay with me doing that?
As I look over and see my nice foils in there, getting shuffled without sleeves. No, that's fine. I learned my lesson with our early fab streams. It's like, oh, we're just unboxing. What is that intentional? Who did that?
Did Jonathan do that?
That one was me.
Okay, you're great. I just want to make sure I didn't. I'm trying to not. Apparently, my generic seeding is just like I have 2 thumbs up all the time. I had no idea. Thank you, Steve Jobs, for letting me know. But yeah, we're just unboxing Welcome to Wraith Alpha. Playing it sleeveless as can be.
Dude, sleeveless in Seattle. I mean, that's why we're here, right?
All right, so you draw 8.
We're not here to slab cards. We're here to play cards.
Draw 8, and then you can take any number of those and shuffle them back in your deck. So you play one resource a turn. If you want to be on curve, you can be.
Nah.
So if something's -X, like let's say there was a card called Abysmal Doom. Asking for a friend. Perhaps it's a trap. But if it's -3 and it had 3 defense, it would go away.
That's right.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what's the Clash cards. Are there other Clash cards in this set?
Clash cards?
The one that.
Oh, like the buffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. The Clash buff.
Clash buff.
I had 2 red ones in my deck this weekend that I was playing against Roger. It's +3/+1 and gives you overpower.
Dang.
It's War's ideal. So it's like you attack with a 3 and it becomes a 6 with overpower. It's pretty gross.
Good.
Mulligan that.
Good.
The Jazz Club is closed today.
Good. 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 Good.
We like that.
Okay. We're gonna keep 5. We're gonna pitch 3.
I'm gonna ship 4 back to my deck.
I'm just gonna put the.
And your Pestilence, this guy?
Yeah. You don't even play if your contender is. I'm just gonna get that one out of here. The Domination, the hammer, that weapon on Domination is like the kind of thing that I am gaga for. That weird hammer.
Bloody hammer?
I mean, it's not even a hammer. I mean, what is it? It's like so beautifully otherworldly, but appreciable. Just destruction. But it looks weird enough that it's like, oh, okay, that's definitely from a different universe, probably.
Do you ever mulligan 4 cards and get 3 of 4 back?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't do that. I'm good at this.
Wow. Check out the art on Replicate. It's not in my hand, Steven. Don't worry about it. It hits different in foil, though. You know what I mean? Don't worry.
Wow.
Look
wow.
It's
a wash in foil. Replicating.
So sparkly.
This is crazy.
Terrence saying watching that color shift on the foil is slick. Were you talking about in the portal? It's just cool to watch. Like, look at this. as I go, the light changes. The different colors happen. What a visual effect that is. We'll just have the portal moving up and down the entire stream.
Should put it on our slider.
Yeah, it just the whole time. All right, am I going first?
Sure. You skip your draw, right?
I do, yeah. Classic.
And you can play a resource. Don't we have a quick? I like to see the phases always. You just want to yellow it, though. Don't you? Start of the turn, triggers happen. Then we have the draw phase. Then we have the resource phase where you put one in as a resource. Then we have the primary phase. Then we have the cleanup phase.
Yeah. You can pull it up if you want. I can pull it up.
No, I don't want it.
All right. I'm going to play this down here in my background. And technically, the layout is contenders go in the front row. And then you have your deck over here if you want to lay it out like the playmat. So there's the front row where like contenders go. Then a location would go here. Only one location can be in play at a time. And then your discard pile goes down. Your Oblivion goes down here. And that's where you have your resource row. So I'll play my resource row back here. It has the black behind the resource cost, which is the kind of resource that it provides. I have one resource around. I'm going to use this resource to play Death, Agent of the Dark. One cost.
What's it say?
1 attack, 2 defense. Trigger defeat. So if this is defeated, if the portal is closed, turn this card to my hand instead of putting it into Oblivion. 2 thumbs up. Now, cards don't typically have summoning sickness, which means they can activate the turn you play them.
That's right.
But on the first turn of the game, no attacks are happening, of course, because it's not fair. Steven has not had a chance to play anything. So I'll play my 1 cost on curve, and I will pass to you.
Okay.
And have you flipped the portal?
2 resources and an action on your turn. Or a card that does it.
Okay, gotcha.
Like there's one card I was playing that was like when it attacks, you can activate the portal, or you can like activate to activate the portal, or there's a word for it.
Okay.
Terrence, those foils are too pretty to play with.
These cards are good. Okay. All right. Well, let's put a resource in. Dang, man. I like all these.
That is one of the key choices in the game that you make. Is the cards you want actually have to go down as resources.
All right. We'll play a white resource down her.
Notably, there is no, well, in Magic, I'm just going to call it what they call it. There's no mana screw. You can play any card down as a resource. Samuel, ATC, any updates on Earthborne shipping estimates? Current expectation is they'll all ship this week. But I think on the website we're saying by the 13th is the originally it was Q4 by December.
Yeah.
Then we updated the 13th. But Ops is crushing those orders and getting them out as quickly as they can. So as soon as they're on the way, you'll be getting notice about that.
All right, once per turn, you can primary phase. You may engage this card and activate the portal. I'll do that.
Boo. Activated.
Portal's open, baby.
Okay. Now I want it closed, though.
That's the idea, yeah.
Free value. Okay, over to me. Rid of the resources, draw a card, and think about my life. Ooh.
Remind me what close combat does? That means you can attack something even if it's not tapped?
I've never seen close combat.
Never in your life?
No.
We've played with it many times.
Have we?
Yeah. My phone's dead, though. I can't look it up.
Oh, that's a thing.
Also, tell me if you've seen any chats worth having.
Okay. So no compliments to you are going to get talked about.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
We don't have a charger in here yet?
We don't really have an outlet in a convenient place yet at this part of the...
It'd be like Sting coming from the rafters. Just have a cord hanging down. You hit a button, it's like, a little Sting action figure attached to an iPhone charger. Anyways,
Any 2 costs, buddy?
I don't know. I do, yeah.
Just use the portal.
This card can attack ready clash cards.
Can attack ready clash cards, yeah. That's right.
I'm going to play this as a resource. It's and can we go top Back, top, down. Yeah, so that's important to note too. When you're attacking, you can target exhausted, I guess, clash cards, or their contender. You can always target the contender. You can block for your contender.
Yeah.
But your units can't block for each other unless they have the keyword, the intercept keyword. All right.
It's hard to keep all these games straight. I think we've reached max brain space.
It's close, if not 100% there. And he just literally taps to do that.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
Lame.
Is the Dominator.
Let's fight over the portal, man.
Okay.
Let's see who wins.
I'm gonna pay 2 for Flare. Final effort. 2 cost, 1 attack, 2 defense, victory. I can do a damage to a target contender or clash card.
Got it.
I'm going to attack your contender with War.
It'll do 0 damage. Are you prepared for that?
We both do 0 damage, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. Then I'll attack with Death, Agent of the Dark, on your contender.
0 damage.
So it'll do 0, but it's the second time I'm attacking, so my ability triggers and I draw a card. Now, oh my gosh. Dude, I was so busy looking at the art of this iconic rare, I did not realize what any of it did.
So what, you have it in your hand currently?
No. Not at all. It's 7 cost, though, so that's got to mean something good. Okay, and I'll pass to you. I basically just did that so I could draw a card.
Yeah, right on. Let's ready our resources and our cards. Let's draw a card. Let's play some resources.
Sam is saying, thanks. I heard rumors about some leftovers of premium dice for Earthborne. Was that the case? At this point, I'm not really expecting much of anything to be left over, just given what happened. But we'll try to make some noise if that happens. 2 ways to make sure you don't miss that. One is on a Discord. You can sign up for notifications for Earthborne that Steven will ping when something notable like that happens. Second one is our community texting platform. If you're not on there, you can text it. It goes straight to me. And you can, if you say the word Earthborne, it'll add you to the Earthborne list. So I like to give people a heads up on that list about things like that.
Okay. Play a resource here. And I'm just a defensive deck.
I don't want to die. Yeah, I mean, you're green, white. I don't know what the color pies of this game fully represent. But I know white or black and red are aggro, so I assume that's not you.
Conquest the Domineer, and then I'll pass it over.
Look at him go. You gonna play another one next round?
Well, I might.
You never know. The only thing is for sure. Nothing's for sure. All right, draw. What? Oh, the Warhorn. I remember opening that.
Is this the version of the game where you announce every card you draw?
You don't know what they do, so I
can't.
I need the Jazz Club. Wow, that card's so good. You're gonna lose. Oh man, I have all the good cards in my deck are here. Now I have to play a resource though.
Card games.
Yeah, I guess I need to play another red down.
You better watch your thresholds, buddy.
That's what I'm doing. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna play this here.
We need to track damage somehow.
Our handy dandy dice.
I don't think Majestic Boards made it to the new studio, did they?
I don't know. You always had them, so I never had to worry about it. Let's just do this.
I know what that feels like.
Like with everything else we use?
Yeah, literally everything else. Why don't we just keep it all in one guy?
The portal is open.
It is.
Okay. I'm going to play into my secondary lane. No, not yet. I'm gonna save it for you. So you can block. Fine. I'm going to create a little pincer. It can't be open and closed. You know what I mean?
I think that is the... yeah.
I'm going to attack your contender with my contender.
Okay. Nothing ball.
Okay. I'm going to attack again and draw a card.
You got it.
It seems powerful.
Ali.
Yeah. Okay. And check this out. I like this. I'm going to play the Bardagan. I don't know how to say it. How do you say it?
I like bar dogging, actually.
We going bar dogging. Bar dogging Warhorn. It's exclusive, so I can only have one in play. I think that's what that means. Trigger enter. Create a 1/1 red war minion token. We'll get the shiny one. And then it says, at the end of your turn, if the portal is open, create a 1/1 red war minion token.
Wow.
So,
no, that's baseball.
You can't have both, sir. So at the end of my turn, it cost me 3. It has 2 red threshold.
That's going to happen forever.
As long as that portal's open. And actually, I'm going to put him here. Save me some space, because my board's about to get unruly. Yeah, or you can get rid of this somehow.
Yeah, like relic removal or whatever.
Yeah, good luck.
That's fair.
Over to you.
Okay.
It's crazy. I can't damage him, though. Like, these
nothing.
guys
You
just get stuffed.
You do absolutely nothing.
Interesting.
You're done, Bun. Bun's done.
Bun's done. Print it.
I like this. Okay.
Wow. But like normally, as an example, let's say I had a card that I played it and it gave me more war tokens, like a lot of them. If there's a bunch of those out and then you don't have any defense, I can just do like 5 damage. You can't stop me.
That's accurate.
But now they just do nothing to you.
Yeah. That is accurate. You got a bunch of cards there?
6. Max Blue, please say the number for the texting platform. John, I appreciate that link. Let me just I'll tell you the number live for anyone that wants to know it. Are you guys ready for this? 1-918-201-1219. Let me repeat that. 1-918-201-1219. Call now. Buy my book.
Okay. Man, I got a tough decision here.
Wade King in the chat.
What's up, Wade?
The Wade King. Let me find a card out here.
You'll notice him on the bottom of the cards.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one that's got it. Oh, there he is. Flare Final Effort, done by the Wade King.
Okay. I think we get it. I gotta play now or later. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of now.
A little bit of later?
A little bit of later. You control. If you do, put a clash card in your shirt, unless you're oblivion. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, they count as clash cards. Wow. Man, this war guy is crazy.
Let's throw.
We got trains? I did not know that we had trains like that.
Let's throw in a yellow or a white resource here. And then let's go 3 for Warcry. The portal is open. I can put a clash card with an initial resource cost of 1 or less from hand into clash zone. I don't have one of those, sadly. I will go ahead and swing here. 3/3 into a 1/2.
You just couldn't let me get the value out of that.
I will. And is that the if the portal's open closed thing?
This
right?
is if the portal is closed.
Right.
Yeah.
Then when a clash card an opponent controls is defeated during a primary phase, I can engage this card to draw 1 card.
Engage, that's their word for tap.
Love that. Then I'll go ahead and close the portal here. Courtesy of Conquest the Domineer. And then I will pass it over to you.
Okay. All my fun. All my fun. Steven's just the anti-fun police.
The anti-fun deck. Don't you, Jonathan, don't you have a sneaking suspicion this board should be in higher fidelity? Like, we should have a way. Should we have to go 4K for that?
Where? How many Ks you want?
Well, I mean, look at the monitor, right?
How many Ks?
It's not crispy. Is that the monitor's problem?
Oh, the monitor's a little bit not crispy itself, but I mean, I could.
Wait, it's going great. It's saying I have to
think it's gotta be
restart the
4K.
stream and watch later. Just pop in and
Is
say
this
hi.
just
We had
1080?
like
It's just 1080.
Because his cards aren't popping really, you know? They're not like
Yeah. We can also lower the...
How does it look out there to everyone watching?
Is it crispy out there to you guys?
Is it crispy?
I feel like YouTube also just kind of screws everything up.
Clockwork, give me some K's. What does necrotic do? The keyword.
Oh, it's probably like it's a new keyword in necrotic. It's probably like 1 damage at the end of the turn or something. You know, like if they're dying, they're
or is it like poisonous, where it's like it kills things it hits?
No.
One.
Dang it!
Any clash card that is dealt damage by this card will be sent to oblivion after that clash.
Yeah.
They at least die in the process. I mean, but it's still bustedly good in every single game imaginable.
I mean, they might not die. Like if it's like a 1 damage, 8 health thing, you do 1, kill the thing, you don't die.
Right.
Card advantage.
It'd be something if those kinds of cards were in my hand.
Yeah.
Like high health, low attack cards.
Yeah. You need some black cards, like this bone armor that gives something polite and necrotic. Oh, got him.
Buy my book.
Okay. Dude, check this out. It's wartime.
Yeah.
Don't you understand?
Bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Interesting.
Yeah, that got excited and then low key very quickly. Hey, it was gonna have to be lab, didn't it?
Man, it's just going back to 1 week on being on labs. I'm so happy right now. It's like
Unchained, free.
It's like going from living at your parents' house to not. You know what I mean?
Don't I? Who's got a favorite card from Clashgrounds out there? Van, what's your favorite? Van, you got a favorite card from Clashgrounds? Wade, what's your favorite card? You're still out there?
Man, I guess we're just gonna have to waste it.
I know, max value. That portal, it makes it difficult to get max value.
It's so, I don't know what it's like the, you know, where does the square go? And it's like there's a square shape and you put it in like your brain. It's like the max value equation.
Mm-hmm.
Like even this thing going away without getting max value, I'm sure to you was like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I cost 10 value.
Yeah. Time. But playing this without getting the 1 cost for free is also
painful. Mm-hmm. But also like a 1 cost for free is not that big of a deal.
But it's not max value.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get max value. Look, this deck is on fire. War Strifebringer for 4. Okay. It says enter. I can activate the portal. So we're back.
We're back.
And then it says, then create 2 1/1 red war tokens.
Are you crazy?
So do you have any more in your red stack?
Get your little dices. No, I put them all in the middle.
Let me just make sure I don't have any. These are the 1/1 war tokens.
Look at this dumb little army.
And then, just so you're aware, it says trigger attack. If the portal is open, you may engage any number of clash tokens you control. If you do, until the end of turn, this gets breakthrough and +1 attack for each clash token engaged that way. So we're going to go ahead and attack.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to attack this thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to engage 4 war tokens. So he's going to go to 7 attack with breakthrough there.
So I take 5. This guy leaves.
Yeah. Let me see. And he can do that every turn that he attacks.
Yeah, the game is merciless.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get a bunch of free things every turn, so you better watch out. And then let's just make a mistake, because of max value, of course. I'm gonna attack your contender with this thing and draw a card.
Okay, you can do that. I like it when you make mistakes like that.
Okay, everybody.
Is it good? Whatever you just drew?
It has text.
Oh, man.
Could be good. To be determined.
So this bonus doesn't last forever, yeah?
It just lasts when he attacks. End of turn. If the portal's open, create a 1/1. Can you give me more dice? I just need like a stack of them, you know?
I just froze up.
Yeah, so I got an extra clash token, so good luck.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to have AoE for that? What is this?
I mean, they can't hurt you, though.
Yeah, that's right.
They can just they can't even hurt these things. Oh wait, this is exhausted, but this one is not. I have a blocker.
Yeah, that one's up. This is here.
You know what?
We got here?
We both figured it out at the same time. Yeah.
Card games.
Yeah, dude, I just noticed the war back there in the background of this card. Have you seen that?
I don't have a token on my.
You see his eyes back there?
Oh, I see that.
It's so good.
I see that.
Oh, cool. I see.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. It's just background until just now.
Okay. So the first rule of Fight Club, we need to kill this.
He is a problem.
You got one blocker, and then you got your contender who can block as well, right?
Can my contender block for that? Let me look.
I think your contender can block. Oh, no, wait, they can't. I always think they can, but they can't.
Yeah, I think Ashes you can.
Yeah. Contender can't block. Or can they?
You know, let me pull it up on my phone. I don't know why it did that.
Oh, I need to draw my cards and stuff too. Let's start there before we.
Look at your doom.
Yeah, before we just.
You're just like looking at your cards, like, how do I possibly do
There's
this?
got to be a pessimist card that's like -1 to everything, right?
That would be good.
Oh, this is a good start, actually. Well, is it though? Okay. Got it. Okay. So we've got to make a choice. Ugh, I hate this choice. Okay. I still don't like traps. I just can't bring myself to play them. Just can't do it. I know there's one right answer here.
All right, here's the. Oh, I went back to the top of the page. Just for anyone out there that maybe doesn't know and would like to understand, I'm just gonna. During the clash phase, attack step, the attacking player chooses one contender or clash card they control and engages it to declare an attack targeted at an opponent's contender or an opponent's engaged clash card. Engaging a contender or clash card when it's declared.
What are the obstruct rules?
The defending player may obstruct with one or more of the ready clash cards. You may obstruct by engaging one or more clash cards you control. When obstructors are declared, the attacking contender or clash card is now attacking the obstructors, not the original target of the attack.
Okay, clash card, not contender. Easy.
But can clash cards block for clash cards?
Yes.
I thought you'd have intercept or something like that.
No, that's unit guard in Ashes.
Oh my god. So
It's impossible, dude. There's 18 of these swirling around in our head at any moment.
So
clash cards block for clash cards. Intercept blocks flying.
That's right.
there it is. Okay.
And then contenders can't block for clash cards, but clash cards can block for contenders.
Okay. I'm with it.
And now I've got to make a big choice. Yeah. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate that I have to make this choice. Come on now.
I feel like Steven struggling is a significant part of my enjoyment of this hobby. Oh man.
How dare you?
Yeah.
This is the best play right now. I think is the best play long term. So let's play long term.
You have 15 health? Ask him for a friend.
Play a resource there.
You see out there? The turn 7 that we're never going to see.
Okay. Warcry is going to swing into War Pestilence Man.
And I can block that.
Yes, with your little token if you want to.
I'll block it with this token.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be exhausted, so I'm just going to get rid of one of these.
You obstruct, yeah, and then you're done. Okay, we'll trigger here. Draw a card whenever opponent is. Okay, well that maybe changes the math here. I wish I had that card one earlier.
You haven't played anything yet, though, right?
No, but it was the resource I had to play.
Oh, yeah.
I would have played this as the resource instead.
What was the card you put down as a resource?
Sonoro Sonic Blaster. But this could be a little bit bamboozler as well.
Jesse saying, you must be from Cincinnati because it seems like you're always in a pickle. The old Cincinnati pickle.
That's truly great. Okay, let's give you a problem.
Yeah.
All right, let's pay for Pestilence Devious Servant.
Hello.
Guy is absolute beef.
What's he do?
He's Italian
got
beef.
gold stats, so he must be good.
+1/+0 for each card in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's a 6/4. Trigger attack. If you have 3 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1 card. Not currently the case. At the end of your turn, if you have 7 or more cards in your hand, ready another clash card you control. So get him off the table, Zach. We're going to swing a 6/4 into war.
Do you have any clash buffs?
No.
Yeah, me
Pass.
neither. Man, that is Italian beef. Woo! Did you just draw that?
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
And then I'll close the portal to prevent your little dude.
You're just an angry little man. Let me have fun with my war horn.
You angry little man.
My Bardogan war horn.
Bardoggin. That's funny. Hey, look, we were our top result for my personal feed.
For your personal feed?
It was the top of the list. Popular videos that they think I should watch as my personal YouTuber.
It's because you watch yourself on videos all the time.
Mm-hmm. I actually do listen to audio. Man, Jesse left that comment. That's so funny, that winning agenda comment.
Yeah, Jesse is
that hits on a lot of different levels.
Funny man.
Because you have to have the inside joke to make the outside joke.
I think I followed what you said.
Also, I like that the avatar makes it look like winning agenda.
Oh. No, it's he winning agenda.
He winning agenda.
He winning agenda.
Yeah, that's what we've always said about Jesse.
All right, we want to play that. We want to activate that.
This Pestilence is crazy. The fact that I don't have a blocker for him is an utterly huge mistake. I probably shouldn't have even flipped the portal. You can have dudes. I block for Pestilence.
But like, what do I have a bunch of things that can't hurt you?
Well, presumably you have resources to play new things that could do 4 damage.
It's a big old assumption you're making there, Wooly. Let's play.
I really don't like how you have those minions stacked either.
Why?
It's like there's 1, and then there's a stack of 3 with a 2 with a die on it.
There you go.
Thank you so much. That is so helpful. You have no idea. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Jason, it's a hard G. So winning again. Winning again.
All right.
Again D.
Again D.
He winning again. He winning again. He winning again. Hey, that's what it was. That's the brand.
That is the brand.
The winning agenda. The secret message is like the FedEx arrow.
It's hidden.
He winning again. That's what Jesse was always intending with that name.
All right. I'm going to play a favorable outcome. Cost 1, deal 2 damage to target clash card. That guy. If that clash card is defeated by this effect, create a 1/1 red war minion token. Can I have another die?
No, you can send that to 2, or you want the
Well,
physical
it
manifestation?
says specifically. I see what you're trying to do, but I like having an individual thing on the table for each one.
Okay.
This one cannot attack this turn.
Why not? It says that?
It says that. That's why I needed a separate
Got it.
instance.
Got it.
All right, but we got rid of your portal shenanigans.
See, that's where this guy comes in. Check this guy out.
Sonoro.
Trigger victory, tap something else, get a 2 cost from your discard pile, put it into play. I could just keep recycling this forever. But I had to play it as a resource to play this.
That guy is better than that guy, but that guy is good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was a tough choice.
Long term versus short term. That's what the money's for.
Dysphoria speaking truth.
Dysphoria says you could use the die to represent how many of the token you have. So the card with a die in it is 4, like Ash tokens in Fab. So you'd have one war minion with a 5 on top would be 5 war minions.
But then it can't attack separately and block separately and the whole 9.
Yeah, we would have to abstract it a bit.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend 2.
Oh, dude, you're running out of cards.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're about to be running out of cards.
No, dude, I drive. I just attack. It's crazy. We're going to play some bone armor.
Cool.
Cost 2?
I almost get bamboozled by the attach cost.
Yeah, dude. Don't forget about that. It cost me 2, and it had to be one of those is black because of the threshold. It has a 2 attach cost. So I am going to attach it. We're going to attach it to this guy. And it says, whenever you attach this weapon to a clash card, send another target clash card you control to oblivion.
Is a minion a clash card?
It is. It says clash down here. Yeah. So we're going to get rid of this guy that can attack, you know. And then it says he gets flight and necrotic. Oh, no, I can't do that. It says it can only attach to things that are named death. Back it all up.
Oh, that was about to be unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, hold on.
Get your 4 money back.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm about to rock this so hard.
We gotta run this town tonight. So I gotta kill all death things that come out.
Yes.
If I am the fun police.
Okay, so hold
Death
on.
thing,
Get your guy back.
The whole thing we get to roll back.
Let's run it all the way back. Let's get this guy out of here. Yeah, okay. We made mistakes. Weird. Reading the card helps.
I just wanted to read the first part of it.
Okay, portal is closed. So, all right, we're in business.
I will say, though, for me, I think if I'm templating cards, restrictions are always the first line.
Yeah.
Can only be played on a death card.
Especially because...
And then here's what it does.
It's like, if you look at bone armor, it's like way down here. Like by the time I get to the art, I'm carrying more. It's like I want everything else to happen.
Did you step about?
Yeah, it's like wait, I meet the first condition, I meet the second condition. We're good. Let's get it going. Okay, I'm gonna play Death, Angel, or Agent of the Dark. Angel of the Dark.
So that's the one I have to kill.
And then I'm gonna play Bone Armor.
Oh right.
I'm gonna kill for you.
But you can't attach it because you don't have enough black resources. You'd have to have 4 total.
All right, hold on. Son of a gun! I've been foiled again.
I believe we'll see your whole hand by the end of this stream.
Yeah, I've been telling you the whole time what they do.
These on-screen effects are out of control.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess we could just make our own, right? And just click a button and you could put a little layer over the OBS or whatever.
Theoretically, yeah. I mean, that's what the cards are, basically.
Yeah.
We can do that with anything.
I guess we just never decided to get that hype.
Let's go a different direction. I'm gonna destroy that thing again. Get a token that can attack.
Tap a red resource to do
What is that? Or what card is that?
That is
favorable
outcome.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the Bone Armor.
Next turn, play death, attach it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we know that's coming.
Don't worry about it.
Theoretically.
Then I'm gonna play a trap card.
No, come on, dude.
We're going.
Nobody plays that.
I'm gonna use these 2 tokens to attack this guy. So unless you have something fancy, I'm just doing it to draw a card.
No, nothing fancy.
Okay. And then with 2 resources open and only 1 card in my hand you don't know about, over to you.
I guess I haven't seen the trap. I hadn't seen the trap.
There's 3 of these and 2 of these. The number now represents how many are in that pile. You with me?
We love it. Yeah.
We love the stock.
We love it.
Man, I screwed that last turn up like 6 times. Can you imagine?
I got a card I can't play.
It's
so I'm
gone.
gonna redraw. Okay. Why is this card in here?
Wade asked me if we played the other contenders yet. So I played War and Conquest. Why is what card in here?
Oh, it's a green card. That's why. Okay. like I may have missed something there. Uh-oh.
So go back, John. Go back to the. So it was this kid.
Wow. Just try to play these cards, man.
I'm trying to show you what happened. So you're taking your turn. This is the angle.
Ostensibly.
And then.
Can you see all my cards?
No. It was me. So.
Just caught him looking.
So then you switch. And it's this. And then I'm just like already looking at the camera. And then I'm like. And I got John because he just switched to the camera and I was looking right at the camera for some reason, and I saw myself
right into the eternal eye.
Oh.
Okay, well that's good.
It was just a funny little moment.
It's good news.
Well, I was looking
for me.
If you go back to the top down, so there's a screen that I can see, and I was looking to make sure that my board state was like clear to see on the camera, and he switched, and I'm just like my eyeballs are looking right at myself. So what do? You just go ham. Man. I mean, the fireworks, it's just been a wild day.
We're going to clean up here, dude.
Get it?
You got 5 minions total?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we got to get through all of them. 2 are down. 2 are tapped. 2 tapped minions, right. So 3 up minions.
Dysphoria, proper snow day / last day of school vibes going on here.
Okay.
Sorry.
All good, man.
I lost it.
Laugh at any time. That's acceptable. Now, the real question is, what is that trap up to?
I'm just going to start laughing anytime you say something.
What is that trap? What is even conceivably, what do they do in this set? As an example.
Like, if you played something, maybe I'd kill it immediately. That'd be a bummer, wouldn't it?
I will start. I'm going to swing for 7 at your contender.
No overkill.
No.
I'll just block it.
That's the idea, yeah.
I'll block with one of these guys.
I'm going to tap Pestilence Trucker. Oh, I didn't play a resource.
You missed it. After I took my stern back 4 times last turn.
Okay.
Dysphoria. Yeah, that's right. Quick word from our new sponsor, Ozarka. When you need to hide your brain on the go and didn't bring your water bottle to work. Actually, it's for when your water bottle is being used as the source of water for the plants in the room, which is over here on the shelf. It's the watering device for the plants and our brains.
4, 5.
Oh, man.
My math was very fuzzy on this turn. I started with 7. So I go to 6. I go to 5. Okay, understood. I go to 6. So it's just going to be a while before this ability matters. I'm going to have 7 cards in hand. I feel like I need to build around that. Got it. Okay. And we know something's going to die here. I mean, I know that. Because you played it a million times and took it back equally as many times. Oh, because I didn't get the draw. So we do that, we kill. I played this. I did not draw this card, which is actually this card. That's how I knew. I was like, I'm missing a card here. What did you do?
I'm sure. Oh,
because right now, if I have 7 here, I get to draw at the, or I get to ready something at the end of the turn.
Like himself.
Yeah. And ready for the block.
Yeah, well, the other thing is if he's ready, I can't attack him.
That's right.
Which is better than anything.
It's real good.
Yeah.
But I also want to play cards.
Well, you know. Strikes and gutters.
Okay, well then, yeah. Let's do it like that. maybe I'll trap you.
Traps on traps. You
Yeah.
can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Oh, I did the same thing I've done the whole time. You gotta watch these. You gotta watch these.
Thresholds.
You gotta watch these thresholds. Yeah.
They'll get you like over and over again on the same turn.
I can't. All right, I can't change my. All right, I'm gonna do 3 to one of your one of those minions this down.
Yeah, I will allow it.
Okay.
Just the cheese smile. It just happened. I was just like looking at the screen where my face was going to be, and my face appeared. And I didn't have any response other than just a smile. I don't know,
Flight
man.
and necrotic. Okay, well, we kind of got an answer to that, I guess. Right, we kind of got an answer. And the portal doesn't matter. And if I play this guy, maybe you're just going to take him out anyway with that trap. I'm going to pay 5 for Conquest Intrepid Titan. Has Intercept and trigger Obstruct. When it obstructs, it gets +2. So it's a 3/6 on Obstruction, 1/6 on Fighting.
That card's so good.
It is good. It's going to die to necrotic, but it's fine.
I will not activate anything on that play.
We love it. Great. All right, I'll pass you.
Now, so traps almost always have a reaction. So like
Counter, yeah.
you have to like attack for me to do it, or I have to attack, or you have to play like an whatever.
Do you ready set this thing?
No, I don't get to because I don't have 7 in hand.
Okay.
But a good point from Michael here, which is ready another Clash card, which is not himself.
Ooh, good catch. I'll draw a card.
But man, that could be really good with this Conquest if we can get that going. We just need more cards. But to have more cards, you have to play less cards. So is it really an advantage? How's everybody doing out there? What's Monday like? What happens in your life that you're watching the stream Monday at 3:48? Some people, depending on time zones, would be home from your standard work day. Other people may be working from home. Other people might not be working. Other people might have the day off. Other people might be unemployed. Other people might be rich enough to not have to work. My long-term plan.
Yeah. Checks out. Man, I can't wait till we get Flare as a contender.
7 Novels is bringing work avoidance. Love that. Are you working on your 6th novel and not wanting to get to 7? Is that right? Is this a George Martin situation? Is this George R.R. Martin in the chat?
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
What's the book he's supposed to be writing right now?
Book 6 of his 7. There's no way it's only going to be 7, and there's no way they're ever going to get written.
Then that's a really great joke.
Winds of Winter?
The screen name is 7 Novels, saying I'm watching because of work avoidance.
Perfect.
It's George R.R. Martin.
Perfectly timed joke, honestly.
Joe Phillips on the Monday commute with TC, the Woolly Bros, and EBR. Who's that? What game is this? What's up, Joe? Welcome to the show. I'll catch you up. This is AlphaClash. Just released their 2nd set, Clashgrounds. Huge improvement on the art. Game it's just a excellent little game. It's the kind of thing that you just play, you have a great time. We always have a really fun time playing the game.
Isn't it amazing that we open 8 packs and we're playing?
Yeah, it's really good.
And like this, it's this, and
they don't sanction it sealed, right? They don't have an official format, do they?
I mean, it makes sense because like if you look at the blue cards in the set, they're not built for sealed.
But also, you can always
do whatever
figure out how to play however you want.
This is interesting, I mean, I've got a threaten. You've got a blocker. How do I get that guy off the board?
Attach bone armor and then swing at pestilence. I got a block and then he's gone.
Yeah, but then my card's gone.
Yeah, but your bone armor goes back to your house.
But then I don't have death again.
Right.
I technically do, but I can't ever. As long as you have a blocker, I can't get in.
Well, yeah. If you have another death, though, you're fine because I have to have intercept to block flying, and I can only have so much intercept in the deck
To block flying at all.
Yeah.
So if I have death now and I attack here, you can't intercept it.
I can because I have intercept.
Oh.
If I had something on the board that could obstruct,
Gotcha,
but it doesn't have
yeah,
intercept,
yeah,
it can't
yeah.
obstruct flying.
All right, well then we're good. We're gonna go Death, Agent of the Dark. I'm gonna pay 2 for the bone armor. That's wrong. Losing my mind here. Then I'm gonna attack here.
All right, I will obstruct.
Okay.
Necrotic.
So this
And
will
I've
bounce
got a
back.
3 whenever I obstruct.
Yeah, and I'm doing 1, but it's necrotic, so you
That's
die.
right. So we both die.
Yeah, but because the portal is closed now, this bounces to my hand.
Right on. Love it. So I'm about to spend some money on the portal.
It's that old thing. I'm about to spend some money on the portal. Yeah.
Love this. So we've got Jossie Baron. Well, it's 21:49 at the moment. So that would be in normal time 9:49. 21:49, 22:49, 23:49.
No,
so it's
8.
2.5 hours away from the midnight.
That's nice.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Yeah, sure.
Zach works in finance.
That's not even math. That's just counting. Can I count to 12? I can use a spreadsheet. Anyways, I'm gonna attack here with one of these guys, so I can draw a card.
Yeah. Winning agenda. Jesse walking to work wanted nothing more than to listen to Steven grappling with a board state. Music to chill out and grapple by.
Okay.
It's 11 p.m. in Germany from Duckus Gigantus. That's 1 letter away from something I should not read on stream.
I'm gonna pass it over to you.
Age of the Clankomatics is sick. Jay Zilla. Don't know what that's in reference to, but all good. Winning agenda, the board states change, the struggle remains. Joe Phillips, love alphaclash, waiting on my TC subs to arrive in MA, Massachusetts. That's a shame, Joe. It's not there yet.
I can't read military time, so I'm not going to speculate on what MA means.
Age of the Clankomatics, can you play with only the new set? Because I'm not a fan of the old one. That's exactly what we're doing today. With sealed 8 packs apiece, but I think you could build a constructed deck out of new cards.
Totally.
And buy some singles made from the old ones if you wanted. Dysphoria, it's 10 to 10 p.m. on a Monday night here, so it's solo card game time with TC. What are you playing, Dysphoria?
That's cool.
And then finally, the Clockwork Gadget. Been working from home since March 2020. Love having the stream on while I'm coding.
There's a 0% chance I could listen to the stream and code. So
0% chance you could code, so I guess you haven't lost
that's
anything.
not true. I can code. I'm dangerous.
It's actually, yeah, it's fine. If array, then send.
If then statements. If then else.
Let's draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Start of the turn.
I have 3 open resources and 1 trap. About to be at that 7 cost situation.
We need to see if it's worth it, you know? Is it worth it?
For what?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I don't play a resource here, this is where I get into trouble. Anytime you say that, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need to get some money, or some resources. Sorry, Jonathan. He hates it when you call it money.
Yeah. It's like I'll spend $1.
Yeah. I don't call it dollar, I call it money. That's a universal note for currency.
So it's dollar, man.
No, I'm not looking to be Amerocentric on my currency references.
I'm just kidding.
It's not the reserve currency of alphaclash. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know their world enough. Oh, it's so tempting to make so many mistakes in these games.
Jamie saying it's 3:53 in Tulsa, and I'm listening at work. Excited for skirmish at Oinkers and Broken Arrow tonight.
That's right.
Oinkers Island.
Oinkers Island. Still have trouble with it, honestly. Okay. So what you're saying is... Okay, I understand. Dang it, but the portal's not open. Dang it!
Jossie saying it's my apologies for my lack of brain power. Saying I genuinely thought saying 21 for my time would have been easier to work out than saying 9 o'clock my time. Like which day it was.
I don't know about any of that. I just need I got to play around your death this is crazy. You can do this forever. You can bone armor until the world is over.
Well, as long as the portal's closed.
Yeah, but if I don't close the portal now, I can't block you. I mean, if I open it, I waste 2 money, 2 resources, 2 energy.
Well, what are they called? Dollars?
Energy.
Look at the thumbs up for some reason. So the thing too is, if you open the portal, my Warhorn's online.
Dang!
And we'll be Bard Dog and.
You got me in a trap.
Yeah. In my brain, it was like, oh, if I want the portal open, I want a bunch of cards in my deck that want the portal open. But I actually think perhaps the better play is to hedge and have abilities on both sides so that your opponent can't actually, win.
So, okay. Well, then we got another line here. So let's go. If we go to 6 resources, we're gonna just accept the loss. We go 2, but then you get 1 dude, right? I do. You do. And I can only do this once per turn. Is that right? No, I can do this anytime. Yeah.
Anytime.
There's not a problem, right?
You can open and close.
It doesn't say once per turn action or anything.
It's like those cafes in Barcelona. All day, open and close, back and forth. It's crazy. Hours say 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and you do not know when they're going to be open. 100%. I think you can only do it once a turn.
Does it say that in the rules somewhere?
Silver rule.
No. What do you mean silver rule?
One cannot open and close the portal indefinitely,
my
my man.
Scientist? You don't know about a portal.
I don't honestly know. It doesn't say you can only do it once, so you can do it however many times you want.
That's right. The rules is written.
Shooter McGavin.
I'm missing 3 at one of your war minions there. The tapped one. You didn't use it last time. You can use it this time?
Are you going to use one? You have to do this one. Mm-hmm. I'll get rid of this guy. That's fine.
I'm going to tap to draw. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Don't do any of this. I got to play a resource first.
Missed the window, man. It's like that tunic counter.
Okay. Then that will all proceed and I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a weird situation. Oh, it's a clash ground.
A location.
Okay. So if I go 2, let's swing at your contender.
With
7.
What? This is silly. I guess I'll block with one of these tokens.
Right. Okay.
I hope I get you.
You got like a what is
I'm
it?
just waiting for this.
What's the trap down there?
I hope I get you. I don't know. I'm gonna get you betting by the end of the day. I'll find a way.
Man, I really want those little portal turners.
Those guys are cool.
Those were good. Those were really good. Okay, so I've got money. I've got resources.
John. You say portal turner. He hears Conquest the Domineer.
Is there any clever way to do this? There's not, Zach. There's not. Okay. So we go back to here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1 on the thing. Okay. Understood. All right, we're doing it. Let's go.
Take your actions one at a time and slowly.
I'll pay 1 to play, or pay 2. Nope, can't do that. Can't do it that way either. It's so hard. All these games are so hard. I don't like any of it. I don't know why I'm here.
I'm enjoying the heck out of this. I've had a great time so far. But every time I get entangled into a game of alphaclash, I feel this way. It's like, yep, having a good time.
Okay. 2 and then 5. It's just it's an awkward amount of resources. So I guess we'll just go here and then The portal will stay closed. You'll do your thing. You'll get death back in hand. I'll die. And then we'll come back in for this. Yeah. Okay. I'll just pay 5 for Conquest Intrepid Titan again.
You had more.
Yeah, we're not done yet. And then...
Same song, different verse.
I'll pass.
All right.
I need to do this in a very specific kind of way. Let's just make sure this is all right. Yeah, accurate.
The portal's still closed. What is... This is what they were talking about earlier. I don't know if it was Wade or someone else says, like, what's your favorite card? Someone said this, which is the card where death is sitting on her throne. It's called Dark Domain. Look at the art on this thing.
I think I could have picked up every card you've ever drawn in this game.
Just like, look at it in person.
Class card they control.
No, don't read it.
Oh,
just look at the art.
Yeah. That's the kind of card Zach would love. Terrence, what'd you say? Thanks for the distraction. Good to catch you live. What else did you say? Why are you here? Did we read this?
There's some great exchange rate talk.
I came into the office and the streamer I listen to while working is only up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I checked YouTube and saw you were live. Terrence, what streamer do you listen to? As long as it's not like illicit.
It could be. It's okay.
It's okay, I just don't want to know.
I mean, you can tell us that it's
say
illicit.
it's private.
You know,
It's
I'll play a
private.
resource.
You gonna play a 7-drop? That's what they call it, right?
No, it is what they call it, yeah, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do something better.
Jamie Foster, 353 in Tulsa. I'm listening at work, excited for Skirmish at Orange, because you already read that in BA tonight.
Yeah. How many attack is he at right now?
Wouldn't that be funny if you didn't, if it was like, it's just a general skirmish, you didn't know that was fab related? It's like, dang, someone's going to fight down at Oinkers?
It's going down at Oinkers.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6. 4 life, though.
4 life forever, yeah.
All right, yeah, we got to clean this up. How many cards in here?
6.
I don't know.
Could ask one question for 2 answers. Instead, you asked 2 questions.
It was for a different reason. All right.
It's like I used to play those old math games like in elementary school, and I just used parentheses to beat the band because it was just like, this is the easiest way to categorize this decision.
Yeah.
Just pocket everything minus.
I'm with you. Death is back. And we're going to attack this thing again.
All right, I'm going to trade you Conquest for that.
Yeah. This is going to bounce back here. This is going to bounce back to my hand. And then let the real games begin.
It's kind of funny thinking about the story of like, there's a side game where Death in Bone Armor is coming in and Conquest is stopping it, and Pestilence is oblivious. Just like, hey, I've got this.
It's like Death and Conquest have this struggle going on, whereas War and Pestilence are like just playing chess and waiting for their moment in the sun.
Yep.
Speaking of moment in the sun, Flare, Scattering Blast. Foil. 5 attack, 3 defense. Now check this out. Trigger defeat. Deal X damage to target clash cards, where X is equal to the number of clash cards you control.
3. And she's got to die for that to work, right?
Yes. So I think that it counts herself, because otherwise the card can't reference anything. So I think I can do 5 and 3, but it might be 5 and 2. In which case, I'm still doing this play because that's got to leave the table.
The number of clash cards you control. Yeah, it's a moribund problem, right?
It is a moribund. It's dead. It's on the way to being dead, but it's not dead yet. Otherwise, the text is blank.
Otherwise, the text wouldn't exist. So it has to be a continue you control while it's triggering, right?
I think so. So I'm going to attack for 5 here.
Yeah.
We're going to defeat each other, and I'll splash 3 onto that thing.
Yeah.
And when I attack, I'll draw a card. Oh, hello. What?
That is your second attack. That's a good ability. Love that ability.
Wow. Okay. That is a cool ability. And then these guys still can't do anything to you. So
Oh, right.
I'll pass.
Right.
You would have taken like that ability is so good. The amount of damage this deck would have done to you this game if you didn't have 1 defense is immense.
Now wait just a second, Zach. Now wait just a second.
Dysphoria is actually
Oh my gosh.
wearing a stylish waistcoat.
Hold on.
What?
Sit back, rewind it back. Little Steven got the...
I don't know, man. Cards in my discard pile. What's going on? Explain it to me.
I just realized what's going on. Do it again.
Well, just tell me what we want to fix.
I'll show you what happens.
What part?
Flare, swing flare into pestilence like you were gonna do.
There.
Do you have any clash buffs?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. No, I don't. You have. What's yours do?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. Never mind. Sorry. But I do have a clash buff, but it's an offense. I thought it was.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, even I mean, if it did let you save pestilence, which would be dope. The splash damage, I think I could have at least taken out that, which would have been like okay, but
yeah, not
as obviously good. Yeah. Okay, over to you.
All right, over to me.
I gotta tell you, man, I don't know why I like that so much. This character's awesome. All the art's the best too.
I gotta tell you too.
Like Dark Domain, this art is killer. Art by Sounderflex. I wonder if that's a studio. Right name.
You know, I'm running out of dudes, man.
We got a full hand of cards.
That's why it's so surprising.
Interesting
indeed. Well, we're about to boogie with the portal here for a bit.
Okay.
So we'll go 2. This would be 3. Okay, and then ready. Okay,
wow.
And then okay. I mean, we're gonna have to be real careful here. Real careful. Yeah, and ooh, and then you've got the death coming back in with the bone armor. That's forever. Figure out a way.
That's forever.
Yeah, figure out this one.
Like true love.
Boy, don't we?
Yeah, but then I just close the portal.
He starts pooping.
Yeah.
He starts putting the little dudes out.
You either give me free dudes or you have death. Dude, red black. I'm gonna be living this. This is gonna be the decks I'm playing for sure.
Okay, there's got to be a way around this.
I love everything that's happening on this table.
And then I'm okay.
I like that.
Dang.
Dysphoria said the stylish waistcoat. I just realized he's talking about the bone armor. Oh man, good stuff.
All my dudes are in here, and this doesn't give me dudes back.
Sounds like you got a dude problem.
I can't tell you how true that is.
What's your 12 health ability? You're almost there. You could have been doing this if you just taken a little more damage.
What does it do?
Once per turn during your primary phase, you may discard 1 or more cards from your hand. If you do, target clash card gets -X. X equals the number of cards discarded this way, +1.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's
wow.
It's really good.
When I go, I gotta go.
I'm supposed to have a lot of cards.
You do.
How many cards you got in your hand?
We're at 6 resources, and you've got like 6 cards in hand. I got 5 cards.
I've got 7 in hand here.
Yeah.
But I'm about to play a resource, so like we're kind of on the same page.
You're still a card ahead.
But why even play? Can I draw a card instead of playing a resource? Almost got him. +1, +0, breakthrough. Got it. +1. Dang it, man! Everything is wrong.
I think this is a deck building skill diff, as the kids say.
Did you guys see that Riz is the word of the year?
I did see that Riz is the thing now. Yeah,
is the what?
It's disgusting.
It's the word of the year.
So we were ahead of our time.
Yeah, we really knew what was happening.
I identified that in like Q1 of this year.
I think it's a 1/1.
What's a Riz?
Okay, I need cards. How do I draw? So I need to draw cards by using this ability and killing your stuff. But all the things that kill your stuff also kills my 1 stuff. No, it doesn't. Defeated during a primary phase. That tracks. That works.
Anyone's primary phase.
That works. Yeah. Okay, ergo, we're going to open... There's going to be a lot of portal situations happening here. Okay, we're going to play a...
Scott Crazy saying, just got here and I'm jumping in from the beginning. Hope everyone here is doing well. When you eventually catch this comment, I hope you're doing well, Scott. Appreciate having you here.
Let's play a mend down there to the resource stack. I could play it to gain 3 health. I don't know. Doesn't seem great. Pay 2. Flip the portal.
Hello.
Pay 1.
Other side.
Low Earth Orbit Clashgrounds.
Okay, that actually goes here, technically.
When it enters, something gets -1/-1 until end of turn. I'm going to choose this.
But the portal costs 1 less to activate.
Portal costs 1 less to activate. I'm going to tap when that leaves play. Draw a card.
He's going fishing.
Good? So far. Good.
This guy.
Okay. And then you still got the thing that makes everything awful. So then we'll go here, and then we'll go here. Okay. Got it. Then I'll just pay 2 to play Magnate. Convoker. I thought it said Coworker as the subtitle. I thought that was so funny. Defeat, you can put a clash buff action, non-clash buff action with an initial cost of 3 or less from your Oblivion to the top of your deck. There are going to be decks that absolutely abuse this card.
Yeah.
Not this one, though. And then I'll pay 2 to put Convergence in. It is exclusive. I can attach for 1 white resource to give something +1/+0 and breakthrough. At the end of the turn, if the portal is open... Oh, wait. Yeah. If the portal is open, ready, attached clash card. Does that death you keep playing, is it 1 health? It doesn't really matter too much.
It is 2 health.
Dang it, man. All right. Close that bad boy back up. And we'll have 1...
Wait, why are you closing it?
So that you don't get this...
free dude.
The free horn. Because if it's open, it doesn't matter that she goes back to hand. Because she's not going to die.
Okay.
And then... yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. Oh, hold on.
Prepare to lose.
We've got to do it. So we did portal 3 times. We're going to do it this way instead. Don't pay attention. It's not important. I'll leave that up. Okay. Over to you.
Let's draw a card.
You going to play a resource past 7?
I don't know.
I don't think you should.
Wow. That's a good card. I'm sitting at 7.
I've got to find a way to win here. I need relic destruction. You've set up like a bombo.
Bombo.
This is a bombo though, right? It's hard to deal with.
This pairing?
You've got forever removal for 3 resources until the game ends. You have a 3-cost removal in your hand every turn of any card on my board.
Well, I can't attack something if it's not engaged.
That's good.
So you can build a board and not have it be at risk unless I have a way of targeting it.
True.
But
I should have respected that more with Pestilence. I could have just not tapped him.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If I don't tap him, you can't attack him.
Yeah, that's one of the clever moments.
Oh, that's way smarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also why you've been able to attack my war minion tokens because I'm using them to draw and they're exhausted, so then you can get at them.
Right.
Oh, I guess it's time.
Played that very poorly.
Luckily,
it doesn't matter.
We are going to play another resource.
Yeah.
And it was another death card. Death the Dreadful. But you know, we'll see why I'm doing that later. All right. How many cards in your hand? Asking for a friend.
5. Is your trap revolver on cards in my hand? It totally does. It totally does, dude. Caught.
Got him. We're going to play... Is that worth it to play yet? I think it is. We're going to play War the Intensifier. I'm going to not tap this one. I'm going to tap these 7. Exclusive. Harbinger clash cards I control get +1/+1.
Including him?
Including him, yep. Doesn't say other. Trigger, attack, create a 1/1 red war minion clash token. Yeah.
Awful.
And I'm going to go ahead and pay 1. Well, we'll do that in a second. Okay. So +1/+1 on my Harbingers. I will attack you.
That's it for 2.
2/2.
Is that a Harbinger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the little logo down here.
Token is. That's just disgusting.
Imagine if I had a bunch of those out, though.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Everything about that's awful. I hate this. Trade's not worth it. I mean, is it?
Just take 1.
Take 2.
No, you block 1.
Oh.
I just now have the ability to actually damage you.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll take 1.
Okay. Party on. I'm gonna... No, I want a blocker. I will attack you for 5.
5. Going to 4. Okay, yeah, I'll take 4.
Abilities online, by the way.
Abilities online.
I'm going to pay 1 and activate the portal.
Okay.
And at the end of the turn, war token.
War minion. Coming on out. Discard 1 or more cards from your hand. If you do target clash card, it's minus by 10. We're actually with a number of cards discarded this way, +1.
Discard 3, take 4, because he's +1/+1. And take care of that guy.
Okay. Got it. Draw a card. Untap my resources. Let's see what we need to do here. We've got 4 white, 3 green. That's 7 total. -1 Shadowlight. Okay, so you're supposed to have a lot of these guys. Got it. Got it. We've got it. He's pretty good at cleaning these things up, though. That's acceptable.
Pestilence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pestilence stands up.
Wait. Trigger attack, create a war token.
You didn't do that already?
This was the horn at the end of the turn.
Goodness gracious.
I'm going to just go back and get that guy. Yeah.
Okay. Here's what we do. We don't want to do this, and that takes care of that. Okay. And then, unless you have like that weird, a trap that does something. Then we go here, 3, 5.
That's crazy.
3. And then we've got, just the 2 money left. But we are going to potentially draw a card. So let's see what that's worth. And we could always discard a card. Let's not forget. Let's start there. I'm going to discard here to do 2 there. And I'm going to tap to draw.
That seems good.
Okay. Then we have all of our compass cards. We don't have any compass cards. Oh, I didn't play a resource again.
I feel like that's a 5 life penalty now. Just kidding.
Okay, then we did all the stuff. Okay. Then we go... I'll pay 1 for a low Earth orbit. Portal's open. -1/-1 here.
Okay.
then I will swing into war.
And I can block this.
Can you? You can't, right?
Intercept stops flight, but yeah, I can block it. That's why I got the dudes
You
for.
can just block everything?
That's why you could block your dude with the chunker earlier.
I know. Hold on then. So then,
Man, is this still the first game?
Yes,
We're just leaning back having a good time.
It's just
One of us.
horrendous.
Your face kind of looks like Magnet there.
Okay, we'll do -1/-1 there to your stupid token.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clear out every one of these freaking...
And I get one every time he attacks. It's delicious.
Okay, then we go 3, and you've still got the weird death combo, so we go 3 here, and then 1 here. Okay, let's go 3, and then we got 4. 3, 4. Why is this so hard? Or we can go 5 and 2. Okay. Sure. Pay 3 here.
This is Shadowlight, the...
In Pursuit. Yeah. Trigger attack, target contender or clash card gets -1, -0 until end of turn for each Shadowlight clash card I control, which is currently 1. So we've got a free crack at anything we want. 2, 5. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's go. Let's see if you've got the goods here. I'm gonna. Oh wait, I can't swing into because you blocked there. Right. Okay, we'll swing into here. Do you want to obstruct it?
And he's at full health?
Yeah. He's at -1 attack.
So he's a 4.
Or wait, trigger attack until end of turn. So we'll go -1 there. But then we'll keep the attack here because you're gonna kill me either way. I may as well -1 something else. Let's go -1 here. This one that I can attack.
Okay.
Oh, but then you block with this one. -1 there. -1 here. I don't know, man. Where's it supposed to go?
I'm a wave of emotions.
It's supposed to go here. -1 here, because then if you block it,
I don't get you. Well, it makes me assume you've got a trick.
I do. I have a clash buff.
Yeah, but I can't really stop it. Yeah, well, it's a 2, so if it's a +3, then you got a problem. Yeah, I'll block here. You got me.
You got me. Got me. You got each other.
And my contender cannot block for these things.
That's what we've concluded.
All right.
Okay, then we'll pay 3 for the Guangdao. Ancestral Guangdao. It gives me +1/+0 in close combat. I can pay 1 to attach it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. That looks cool.
And then if the portal is open, you get a guy. If the portal is closed, no guy.
But I get recurring death.
But you get recurring death. Right.
The old Cincinnati Fickle.
That's the no lose.
Death on one side and guys on the other.
That's the all lose situation we're talking about. Okay. So I can leave 1 up or not. I don't know. I mean, you're just going to pay 1 to flip it back. So, pass.
Pass.
1 for 1.
You just sound so enthused. All right.
I'm about to draw some hot sauce in this thing.
Draw a card. Okay.
I think I need a pestilence to live. Pestilence needed pestilence to live. That's the key.
I mean, it would stand to reason.
Joe Phillips, doesn't Realm Games do AC singles?
Someone was asking earlier if they could
do,
find it.
right?
Yeah,
Do
I
they?
think they do. I will attack here for 2. 2/2.
He's a 2/2 right now.
He's a 2/2er.
Did you play a resource?
No, I didn't.
You want to?
No. 8. I've arrived at the magical number.
I'll take 1.
Okay. Great. Oh, these are so good right now. Okay. I'll play Death, Agent of the Dark. I will pay 1 to close the portal. Thanks for the discount, dog.
Yeah.
I'll attack you for 2, and I'm a 2/3 right now.
All right.
Seems good.
What's the trick?
I'm just 2 attack, 3 life. I don't need a trick.
You just paid 2 for all that?
Well, I paid 1 extra so that if you block and kill her, she goes to my hand instead of going away permanently.
Right. No, nothing. I'll take 1.
Let's pay 1 for another Death, Agent of the Dark. Attack for 2.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
So you're attacking, so I take 1?
I will attack you for 5. We're going to make a little more war.
Attacking for 5, and you're a 5/5.
5/5.
5/5. 5/5. Got it? Okay. 5/5. Understood. What's it worth?
What makes a man, Lebowski?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna lose.
It's
All right, I'll
not.
take 5.
Ooh. Well, -1, right?
Yeah, 4. Because like, if I block that and you have something that does 4 in hand, it's game over. So I know I can take 5. I don't know I can take whatever you're about to play.
This is the
Could also be overload or
the trap.
whatever. Yeah.
I'll take it for 2.
Yeah. I'll take 1.
Okay. I'm gonna play Casualty of War for 2. It says send target clash card I control to Oblivion.
Like that.
If I do, draw 2 cards and activate the portal.
Nice.
So activate the portal. Actually, no. Before I activate it, sending, so it's not destroying. I'm gonna send this to the middle of nowhere. Then we'll draw 2.
Oh god. That's so dumb. So many dudes. So many
can't play that
dudes.
card.
You've had 18 free dudes.
Dudes for days.
There's nothing I can do.
But what can you do? Wow. This card is bonkers.
I'm glad you love your cards.
I need 1 more money back. I need 1 more money.
I'm gonna draw the do like 8 to everything on the board. And draw 8 cards. And you're done.
Does this say cards? Does it count my contender? Clash cards. Doesn't count my contender. Man, I was getting excited there.
Real shame on that one.
My contender is going to attack here for 1.
You got 3 still?
3 resources, yeah.
So if I block this and you play anything that can do 3 damage, I lose. And the average 3 cost can do 3 damage. But I can't win if this is off the board. Not conceivable.
It is a bit of an issue.
Because then I would need to play like 8 cards next turn of my 3-card non-dude hand.
L3 card non-dude hand.
So I'll not block. You got any Clash Buffs?
I'll pass.
All right, I'm gonna pay 1 to go Infestation, plus 3 attack, and you discard 1 card.
My choice?
Yeah. An embarrassment of choices over there. All right, Magnate. Good luck. You better be a great coworker.
1 second. Don't mind me.
Yeah. What now? What are you up to? What are you doing?
Oh, I see. That's what I should
What are
do.
you working on?
All right. I'm going to play Dark Domain. It will get rid of your location. Enter. If the portal is open, each player may send a clash card they control to Oblivion.
If they do.
If they do, they may put target clash card with initial resource cost of 2 or less from their Oblivion into play. So I'm going to put this into Oblivion and play this.
Well, what did you play?
I put the foil version out. But now it's ready.
Okay, so 2
What did you
comes
play?
in. Got it. Okay.
If you kill that, it goes away because the portal's open.
So I'll kill this. Yeah. I can't put non-clash buff action. I don't have any non-clash buff actions. But I will put a Conquest 2-coster into play. To get 2 health on the board at least. Although you've got the plusies, right?
The plusies? Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm not going to do that at all.
Oh, also,
this guy
I forgot to read the last part of text on this Dark Domain.
What does it say?
The last sentence says, I didn't forget to read it. I forgot to read it aloud. Whenever a player plays a clash card, and this is out, their contender loses 1 health.
Nice. Nice.
Am I going to continue?
Sure.
All right, I'll attack you for 2.
You gotta block it here.
Yeah. End of my turn. The portal's open. We're going to get a free dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't play it, so I don't lose a life. Over to you. Nice.
I like that my entire base is just a freaking pole arm sitting here in the middle of nowhere.
But we had a good time, you know? I love these colors and these characters.
Where'd my money go? 5, 6, 7. I'm not supposed to have 8. I had a.
I don't know. It got wild in there.
You had a Convoker in your resource for sure.
Yeah, a coworker was in there.
Yeah.
Co-worker. Yeah.
I don't know how much money. It doesn't matter. Ooh.
He's gonna win the game.
Nope. I'll pay 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Conquest. There's a life there.
Nailed it.
I think I'm about to get into this bad boy. Oh wait, no, before I do that, here, this works. It's a clash ground. So I'll pay 1 to replace your clash ground with this one.
What is it called?
Let's pay 1 here. Everything else will stand up. It is the Hidden Pathway. At the start of your turn, if the portal is open, you may search this card, send this to your Oblivion. If you do, search your deck for a clash ground, reveal it, shuffle your deck, put it on top.
That's cool.
So it's just a temporary clash
So
ground.
like replaces mine, and then technically if the portal's open, you can go anywhere you want.
All right, then I'll pay 5, not lose a life.
Yeah,
Conquest up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see if the threshold matters here. I need 1 white up for my catchies. Okay. And then I'll use this ability to do 2 to... the portal's open right now.
Mm-hmm.
2 to that bad boy.
He gone.
Courtesy of Pestilence's ability. I'll tap to draw. Okay. And then we'll go attach this here. +1, +0, close combat. Swing into war. Pay 1 +3 to do 4 damage.
He's 5 total, right?
5 total damage.
Because of that thing?
That's right.
Boom.
Boom. Pass.
Use the whole hand. Okay, we'll see what happens. I'll ready all my resources.
Got any good cards in here that I might? See, this is a good action.
I feel like, well, I guess you had the one pestilence out that you need to like protect at all costs.
I think that was the key.
Yeah, he was super good. Dude, check out this card. Obviously, I'm going to maul you to death. Death, Devourer of Souls. I'm not going to play it yet, but just for context. Trigger, attack. I can send any number of class cards I control to Oblivion. If I do, it gets +2 attack until the end of turn for each one. If 2 or more were done this way, it also gets Breakthrough.
Yeah.
So
you got a lot of good finishers there.
I feel like all the tokens with War, with the kill effects of death is like very
That's
efficient.
extremely good, yeah.
It's like super cool.
Yeah, War and Death.
Yeah, War and Death.
What's Pestilence supposed to pair with? Disease?
Itself?
Yeah, it is good. I mean, this ability is really good. And the being untouchable for the early part of the game.
That was
is
crazy.
Sick.
Like, I remember we looked at this card and it's like, I don't get why you'd ever play him at first because we didn't notice that.
Yeah.
But like
defense.
The number, and it's particularly relevant in this match because of all my 1/1 tokens.
Yeah.
But like the amount of damage, if I attack 15 times in a game, it's like 15 extra health, which is.
We've got a true strength in numbers deck in the format. That's a true pop the dudes out deck.
Yeah,
Swarm deck.
If you get the dudes going, and then I can tell you what my trap did too in a second.
Yeah, what was that? Traps are so sketchy, man.
If you get the dudes going, and then you have effects like that death card that destroys things, or like I had lots of things that were like destroy a card you control, and it's like when it's a 1 token that I didn't pay anything for, it's crazy.
Super good.
The trap was Abysmal Doom. Cost X. You can activate this trap when an opponent plays a clash card. When it enters play, it gets -X till the end of turn. So there's one time I had 3 open, but then you played the 6 health thing.
Yeah.
So I was just waiting for you to play something with 3 health. The time you did, though, I had no resources open, and I was like,
Yeah, I still... So traps are a very specific meta answer, I think. It's like That's a tough one, too, because having like 3 or 4 resources unspent is crazy. Unless or until we get cards that play more on your opponent's turn.
Yeah. I mean, I do think late game when you have 7, 8 resources, you don't always have something to do with 8. And if you set a trap at some point, and then you just have 6, like, you could really bamboozle
It does
someone.
scale nicely, yeah. It basically locks you in. It's kind of a security blanket. No matter what they do, you know you have an answer to it.
Yeah.
It's really strong.
Yeah, which is really nice. So how'd you feel about Clashgrounds?
I love it, dude.
Like I said,
I mean, it's our first touch of it, but the contenders are playing a very critical role in this. Like their presence from this game felt way more like this Pestilence deck is doing something very different than that War deck producing the...
Yeah, it almost feels like they did a fab where they kind of scaled it back for the first set. Because Magnate's ability is all your stuff has +1 defense.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But like both of these, and I'm pretty sure...
And what does this Clash tokens get plus? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
So, just a quick reference. Conquest, the Indestructible. Class card you control will get trigger victory. You may engage your contender if you do draw a card. And then same thing with Death. When a Death Clash card you control is defeated, you engage this card. If you do, you draw a card, then one of your target Clash cards gets +1/+1.
Oh, that's good.
So the reason I say that is all 4 of the Harbingers have a draw ability. So I feel like...
I think, don't all contenders have that first one as a draw ability of some kind? Like every one that we've seen so far?
I mean, the first one, like...
Well, I guess not Magnate.
Original Magnate, and then there was Original Moxie.
And Moxie didn't either.
So I feel like the consistency with which you're seeing your cards with these is way higher.
Yeah.
Which from a first set reality is like you reduce variance if you draw more cards, but you also have more unwieldy board states.
Yes.
So I feel like set 1 having increased variance, I can see why you'd make that decision. It's like it's a little more fundamental. This ability is simple. You're gonna have less cards.
Yeah.
You're gonna like. I remember early on we we're like top decking at some point. And it's like, well, I don't even want to play the low cost stuff because sort of like Sorcerer, you just need the cards to do big things.
Yeah.
But yeah, all 4 of these having pretty easy access to like, so you have to attack twice, right? Or you have to kill things, or
yeah, it should be a draw turn.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of just seeing way more cards, which
it's actually better for limited too.
Totally,
much better.
Like it felt like the pace was this limited, even versus the original starters. Felt like the pace was way up. Then the art's different, and then all the cards are really cool.
Yeah, the most striking thing is just every card in my hand looking excellent. like from the same universe, from the same comic book strip, from the same page. It all looks like it's a big comic book that you're playing with.
100%.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Cool. Well in on Clash Grounds. Love it. alphaclash continuing to move forward. Got their second set out, which is no small task for a new TCG publisher.
Yeah.
Announced $200,000 in organized play circuit going into next year. All signs point to, I mean, they're chugging along and seemingly being very successful.
Yeah, and if you are watching this for some reason and you're this far into the stream and you haven't ever heard of the game or checked it out, we do have a starter bundle on the site. It's a great way to try the game.
Got some booster packs in it. It's good.
And then products in stock, of course. So we did it.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.